You're watching Fine and Dandy. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Cameron, and you need to check out the Fine and Dandy podcast.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy.
Watch the Fine and Dandy podcast. Good shit.
Hey, what's up? We're Soe, and you're watching Fine and Dandy.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Blacasso, and you're tuning in with Fine and Dandy.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy! Alright, welcome back. What's up, guys? What's up, Pod Fam? Another week.
Pod fam.
Got our boy Miguel, a.k.a. Cricket. Do you still go by Cricket?
Dude, yeah, so especially like at work and people are asking like, hey, what's your name? And I mean, 13 years, 14 years now being called Cricket, and like it's still strong. Like even on the bike stuff, like real name anymore.
Where did that start from?
It was dancing.
I knew it. It was back when y'all used to do the fucking like shuffling and shit, right?
Dude, it was everything. So I mean, there was like shuffling, the jerking, the
Jerking,
b-boying, the
too.
fucking popping and locking.
I
It just
remember
kind of
this.
like kept going from skateboarding. I don't know if y'all remember that Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he rode the same bus as me, and I got into skateboarding kind of late, I guess. So whenever I'd like show up to the park and he'd be like, "Hey, this is my boy Cricket," like that's the only way he remembered me from. So it just stemmed from that. Still, people from skateboarding got me into riding bikes. It has followed me.
That's
I am
crazy.
27 years old now, and it is, which isn't bad. I like it.
Wait, you got a 713 hat? I'm sorry, this ADHD shit going on here.
So it's not a 713. It's a van that my buddy put 713 on.
Oh,
He did it with a bunch of Vans merch out to people in the bike scene.
Oh, that's sick as
And
fuck.
he was like, "Dude, I wish I could exactly how his voice is." He's like this older white dude, just like, "Dude, I really like you, man. Like, you're super sick. And, you know, I made this hat just today, specialized for you, dude."
I
And
love
was like,
that.
"Thanks, man." You know, shout out to 713 Jump Out Brad.
713 jump out, Brad.
That's a
Dude,
fire
yeah,
ass
and
name.
like, he was like, "Jump out, boys." I was like, that's kind of
That's kind of a sick name. We're the jump out boy.
dude. It's I think it's a heavy name. I think if you're in the wrong town, you're definitely
I can see
gonna.
that.
You know, jump out, boys. Like, oh,
Like, what are we jumping out at? Did you ever see, what was that? The American Vandal
Oh yeah.
with Jimmy Tatro. Did you ever see that? Oh, dude,
don't think so.
it's fucking hilarious. But like, yeah, me and my crew, we go by the way back boys, because we go way back.
Go way back.
Because we go way back, dude. That shit's.
oh, that's good.
That
Yeah.
shit's hilarious.
Yeah, appreciate you for coming on today. Also, shout out the boy Cricket. Came with all the bad astronaut merch.
This
some
shit's gas.
Beers.
Yeah.
Fucking solid ass beers, craft beer, which I am a big fan of, so he's sick as fuck for that. We also got stickers in the bitch too at the front. It should be in the camera angle. Yeah, they're small on there, but I'm
La
sure
la la.
there's a way to zoom in. Real one for that. We're gonna be drinking some really good beer today. So
Yeah, dude. I mean, whenever I walked in, hey man was on the Dos Equis, and I was
Hey,
like,
man.
Dog.
Look, dude, I'm very like consistent with like not really caring about exploring in my beer whenever it comes to like recording pods and stuff like that. I'm just like, fuck it, let's just get some beer for the guests. Sometimes if it's like a grungy pod, like the fucking Blue Collar Boys, y'all check that out. It's coming up soon for episode 2. We would probably get some Bush, but for like other guests, like you, my sir, I'd be like, I'm gonna bust out, get some Dose, you know,
Well,
like.
you know what, man? I'm gonna
And
be
then,
very
and then
honest.
this guy comes in with a fucking 24-pack of beer. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should have asked
If
a
y'all-
question or two.
If y'all would have like hung out with me, we'll say even a year ago, I would have had 6 packs of Bush and Lone Star.
hell yeah, dude.
Same,
Can't go
dude.
wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Shout
Can't
out
go
to
wrong.
fucking Bush Heavy Boys out in Austin too. It's a BMX crew.
Really, Bush
yeah.
heavy boys.
Yeah.
Holy.
Because like, you know, everyone's like Bush lattes, the Bush lights, but they
Right.
were like, nah, man, we're not doing that.
Dude, I
Bush
do
heavy
Dude, I
only.
do Bush heavy only, dude.
Yeah,
I don't.
I
fuck
saw
with
the bush
lights.
in the trash.
Yeah.
I
mean, that
threw
was
away
his,
my first can. I
but
was like,
That was
nice.
me.
that was
Yeah.
his, but for sure.
That was mine. Yeah, that was mine.
But dude, we used to fuck up 30 racks of bush like
Oh,
for
easy.
every
I mean,
party.
whenever you're buying a 30 for $20.
Shit, 19 at Kroger.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, and that's what. Okay, so like I was saying, like I would definitely be on the bush and loan, but now that I work at a brewery, I get free good beer.
That is a great perk. That is a
Shout out
great
to my job,
perk.
yeah.
It's a incredible perk to
That's what I
have.
tell people. They're like, "Man, you don't drink Bush anymore," and I'm like, "I got a really good job
I'm-
at a brewery."
I'm really fucking killing it right now, actually.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to. I mean, even like on my off days, and someone's like, "Hey, let's go to this bar," and I'm like, "I don't want to spend money. I'm gonna go." Like, I live 6 blocks away from my job, like walking distance. I'm gonna ride my bike over there. I'm gonna go get free beer. Like, even
Right.
if I'm just going to hang out, like on my off day, on the tap, dude. So
It's like whatever event that somebody might want to go drink at. It's like, well, they have that here, guys, and
Yeah.
I get drink for free here, so we should
Yeah.
go here.
and, like, my girl, every time she's in there, she gets it for free,
Oh,
which
that's
was
sick.
so cool, man. I'll say the other day.
+1 perk. That's sick
Yeah,
as fuck.
Dude, it was a really big thing that like she's always been a part of the family, of like Bad Astronaut and everything. My boss loves her to death. Even his wife loves her. Like it's all really good. The other day, someone said something out loud to. We just hired someone else new, and one of my coworkers. That's her name's Sandy. So like that's Sandy. She's a part of the Bad Astronaut fam, and it was just like out loud hearing it was. I don't know. It like made me so happy to be like, this is where I work. I feel like this is so comforting. And
Yeah, like
I'm
to
just
have that
very happy.
acceptance type shit. That's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is one thing I feel like people don't talk about enough because it's just like, I guess, we live in a corporate America ass type of country,
Yeah.
but it's just like a job where you could walk in and you just feel comfortable, like comfortable with the people you work with, dude. It's a feeling that just like
It's unmatched.
it is so
Yeah.
unmatched. You're just like, dude, we're all like not to like the businesses that are like, we're family here. Those suck. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pizza parties. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I think if-
Fuck you guys.
I think if you have to say it, then it's probably not true. You know what I mean? Like a lot of
Yeah.
things go without saying, and if you have to tell people that they're your family, like as soon as they get hired, you're like, don't worry, we're a family around here. We take care of our own. It's like, what does that mean? Do I get extra work for less salary? Is that all that means, asshole?
That's what's so cool. So like, I mean, I've worked a plethora of jobs throughout the past few years. I'll say that this is the one. Also, I want to say this is the one for like my time in life now. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always been a very talkative person. Being able to talk about beer to other beer nerds and make money doing
That's pretty
it,
sick.
I win. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm like every day I'm clocking in. I'm like, who's talking about IPAs? Who's talking about lagers, which is also like an underrated thing in craft beer.
I mean, yeah, that's because when you think of like lagers, you're thinking of like Bud Light and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yingling, like,
So
you're
like
ah,
this
fuck,
one, the
dude.
cruising through one, it's our Hellas lager, but like someone comes in and they're like, "Man, I only drink, Bud Light or Coors Light or whatever," and we're like, "Man, try this," and they're like, "I just don't like craft beer," and they try this one, and dude, their eyes are so wide. They're like, "I never thought I'd like something like this," and that's like such a good feeling for me, especially is being able to like put someone on.
See, that's the
And-
thing is like he's probably told you before is that like I don't like most IPAs. The thing about that is I just haven't liked most IPAs that I've tried.
Yeah.
This one that I've tried so far is good. I don't know about the other ones. I'm gonna try them. I might like them. I might not. But I'm willing to try them. That's
just
the thing
point.
is that like I like beer, but that doesn't mean that I'm like gonna like every beer. Like everyone has their own tastes and taste buds and
for
things like
sure.
that. So I'm definitely willing to try new beers that I've never had, but I definitely know that there are some that I haven't liked.
Yeah.
That's the difference there. You know what I mean? I have
Uh,
nothing against some IPAs.
I can't do ciders.
I have something against some IPAs that I
I
have
can't
had.
do bro ciders and gozes. Those are like the two things I
can't
I
do
don't know.
stouts.
I love stouts. I can do
personally.
stouts. I do enjoy stouts. So
I can't do, man, I'm about to be like super heavy beer nerd, but like I can't do like milk stouts, like the real dark ones.
Yeah.
But like
Those are tough.
sessionable stouts are, I can do.
like, do you fuck with man? They make the name of the. I'm trying to remember.
This
the
is a beer
brewery.
podcast.
Maybe it's funny. Hey man, for now, but Saloon Door, they make some really good beers. I think they're the ones that do fluffy nuts and they do like it's like a toasted
Isn't that
marshmallow
the-
and peanut butter.
The peanut butter one.
You know, Saloon Door is right there in Webster. Dude, it's not far from here. Like it's like kind of near. I think where the like.
Oh, there's one in Pearland too, though.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
okay,
for real?
So
Yeah.
no, yeah, people
I
have
did
come
not know that.
into the brewery, and actually one of my buddies, he girlfriend's dad is a really big fan of them.
Yeah, they got some good stouts for sure.
Should I
Their
put it
beers
on
are
the
good.
screen? Should we shout them out?
I
Shout
don't
them out,
know.
dude.
Fuck it.
Y'all
I
go to
mean, we're not
Saloon Door,
getting
dude.
anything from it, but
Fuck it.
I hope they see this and
They
they're
got
like,
good beers, dude.
sponsor
Yeah.
us any brewery and
some
give
good-
us beer.
You know,
Free
Pearland
advertisement.
apparently has a few good ones. Oh man, don't let me be wrong. I think Foss Brewing is out there, and we have some of their beers.
Like
FASS.
Oh, FAS.
You know what is sad?
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I'm not a big fan of ciders, but you
That's
know
not
what brewery?
fast?
Well, I think it's supposed to be like a German style.
sorry, I
didn't
Man,
mean
I
to
really
interrupt you.
hope I'm not doing them.
Damn, it
like,
is
the worst. Just
I was gonna say
judgment.
Duo
in
had some good
Conroe.
ciders. I don't know if y'all remember
Conroe. Oh, it is Conroe.
Who
am I
has good
thinking of?
ciders?
Pearland.
Duo, but
Oh,
they're
that's
done now. They
Gal-
closed down.
They closed?
No, they were Dickinson.
That's what I was gonna say. Dickinson.
There's a
but yeah.
brewery in Dickinson.
There was. They did ciders.
It was right in front of Silvernagel, bro, in that little shopping center.
Yeah, right across from the school. The thing.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Damn.
Well, I mean, maybe
Did I lose you?
no. I just thought like, fuck. When was the last time that I've actually been in Dickinson?
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
That's
that's fair.
fair,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. Dude, nah. We went because I went with some friends and stuff. Like, because they like Duo. The funny thing is, like, they do not. They don't like. They've never really been in Dickinson, but like Duo was pretty like for
their
ciders.
wine.
They were there. Yeah.
They were known for their wine too for a little bit, right?
It was like sweet wines. They did like sweet
Yeah.
wines too. And actually, dude, we had at the restaurant I work at, we had their shit in our establishment
Where are you
for a
at?
while. Whiskey Cake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm on the
Sick.
way out, but yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
wow.
he paid his dues there.
But
is
it
that like a pizza party type of place? You know?
no, I mean, maybe now,
In
but
a lot of ways, yes,
but-
but in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
it didn't used to be.
I mean, I still kind of love it to an extent, but it's kind of like, you know how you now feel like you're like, dude, like just like part of the fam, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I've met some of my best friends there. My girlfriend I'm with now, I met her there. Like, dude, so many fucking awesome people there. None of them work there now, but dude, like just so many like cool people, so many good souls that like I'm like, damn, dude, there'll never be another job I think I'll ever work for like I'll somewhere like that, just like that feeling.
Well, that's
Like
what's scary too. Is like you saying like so many people go in and out of things.
Yeah.
Like we've maintained a good amount of like the same people.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a core amount of us that are still there. Pretty much day one.
You guys have got good retention.
Yeah. I mean, we have definitely like had some people go through things and like come in and out. Every job though.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing.
I mean, especially in the service industry, it's definitely like a high turnover rate. So if you're even like mitigating that and at like a mid-level turnover rate,
Yeah.
then that's still like pretty outstanding in
What
the
works
service
is like
industry.
there is a few of us that like just have such a strong connection, and there's like a few of us that are like the full timers, you know, and then we have part timers there as well. But like you know, we're the ones that like whenever we bring someone in for an interview or whether it be like shadowing interview, it comes down to like us, like how do we feel about this person? Because if they don't click, it's gonna suck. You know, here's a 6-pack. We do pizzas. Like here's a 6-pack and a pizza. But like here's a 6-pack. It sucks. I know we're talking shit about it, but it's Neapolitan pizza. It's real good pizza. Wood fire Neapolitan pizza.
It's
Shout out Ghost Ham Pasta.
he said it's not Little Caesars, so we're better.
Yeah, dude, you know, but
It's a little bit better
it's
pizza.
it's authentic.
dude, no, honestly, I like wish you guys could like check the shit out. Like it's fucking awesome. You
No,
have to
I'm
stop by.
definitely down to come by and fucking check
Dude,
it out.
Yeah, either show up on a day that I'm working, or let's go on a day that I'm not working.
Let's do that. I'd rather that. I'd rather us all just go
Just
chill.
hang out so you're not
yeah, I
busy and
kind of
shit.
hate that. I mean, I know I'm saying like go there while I'm working,
But it's also like, doesn't it feel weird whenever you're not working, having like, not having to, but going back to drink at work?
no, man.
No, not at all?
Not at
That's
all.
awesome.
Not at all. So that's what a lot of people are like. Man, you're here 7 days a week, and I'm like, I like being here.
Would you guys not take advantage of the deal that I have?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have all the greatest beer in Houston in your hand. You know, let it just spill.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like, no, let me go to this bar that has only the shittiest beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go chill and drink
Yeah.
Coors and Miller, guys.
I'm not
let's.
shitting on
No,
Coors
I
and
mean,
Miller,
don't get. I drink
but,
Coors.
like, I get what you're
I do
saying.
drink Coors and Bush. I'm
Dude,
not.
crack open a Coors Banquet. I'm there. You know?
Dude,
Like,
Coors Banquet
You
was
get what I'm
fire.
saying, though. You get what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Why would I drink that when I have cheaper beer, and by cheaper I mean for the free 99 over here? That's better,
And
better
easier.
beer, exactly.
And like the vibes are immaculate, like you were saying. So I
Dude.
mean,
So like we have like pool tables, and I don't know if you ever heard of hot shot machines.
yeah.
Like the basketball machines. So all of our games there, air hockey, foosball, cornhole, projectors, and other TVs. We have so much going on, and it's all free.
That's crazy.
So people are like, "Wow, I'm getting a 16 ounce for $7.50.
Is there
If I
is,
go somewhere else, it's a lot cheaper." And it's like, okay, but you're not gonna be able to play.
is there a
pool and everything else
door?
for free. Huh?
Is there a door like money you gotta pay to get in?
No cover charge.
That's crazy.
You just pay for beer.
That's how many days a week are we open? 7.
We're 7 days a week.
750's not
What's
for
the
craft
lo-
beer. 16 ounces.
I'm
is
just saying,
yeah.
and like, oh god, I hope this doesn't like really get out to any customers. That I have. But there was a guy that came in and was like, "It's $7.50 for a 16 ounce." I go to this other place and it's like $6, and I was like, "Well, feel free to go over there." Like I didn't say that, of course. Like,
No, that's actually like my perfect, like it's the best answer in a fucking sales pitch. Because I mean,
Yeah.
like if somebody's already dictating to you that they're willing to go somewhere else, you're not gonna change their mind unless you're willing to go against either a company policy or something that can get you fired. I can give you what you want to save your business, or I can just let you walk and
Yeah.
and protect myself.
You know what's so funny? So the guy that
Bye.
I'm specifically bringing this example on about, he is a regular, which makes it even worse.
That
like
does
he's there
make
like
it
2
worse.
times a week.
That does make it
and-
Obviously, the prices aren't that bad, right?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like, and he lives in the neighborhood, so I'm like, I get it that like this is just convenient, but I will say the lady he was with called him out, so that made me.
It's
You
always
know
like a
what?
win for you. You're like,
Your beer's free.
like fuck yeah, you said what I wanted to say.
I know,
Let's
man,
go.
and like,
Up for me.
so this is my first service industry job. I'll be honest, man. I've worked a lot of like labor.
Dude, how long have
and,
you worked there?
A year. We opened up like.
Dude, this is like right by my old job, and I'm so mad that I didn't know
Where'd you work
that. I worked in the Heights I worked at Mint Dentistry in the Heights. I work at Mint Dentistry
Okay.
still, but I work at the one in Baybrook now.
Here, okay.
Yeah. So it's much closer.
Yeah, Bad Astronaut
Um,
Brewing.
But dude, I passed your job literally every day on the way to work and on the way home.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
we're located like right around St. Arnold's for anybody that doesn't really know.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. It's like on the other side of fucking I-10 from Minute Maid and UHD.
We don't have liquor or anything. That's a huge thing that people come in for.
What?
Let me get a rum and coke. Well, we're a brewery, you know.
I feel like most breweries that I've like small ones don't have liquor that I've been. To.
Oh, okay. Okay,
That's
so
what
I
he's
thought you were-
saying. No, he's
Yeah,
like
okay. I was
surprised by people thinking there should be liquor there. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
what-
was like, what?
What sucks is like we have a smaller brewery that's the next block over, and they do liquor. So people will go there and then come over here and like, let me get a rum and coke, and I'm like, did you why? Like, you know,
Why?
you know that we're a brewery. Did you Google? this
We
place,
focus
you
on
know?
making beer, not fucking stocking
Exactly.
a liquor and having
And-
our license up to date and shit like that. It's
Dude,
like, come
that's
on,
like-
dog.
well, I think so. Me and my boss, we were drinking buddies before I worked there. So he confides in me on like a lot
Fuck
of
yeah,
things.
cool boss.
Yeah, dude, I mean, straight up, like one of the coolest people. His name's Chris Fall. Really fucking great guy, man. I love that dude. Am I allowed to?
You can cuss as
Okay.
much as
I
you
feel like I
want.
said
You can
fuck
say
earlier.
fuck, cunt, piss,
Okay.
shit, dude. Like say
I
whatever
said
you
fuck
want.
earlier, and then I felt like I was like, I'm gonna retract a little bit. No, so he's a really fucking cool guy, man. I like love that dude to death. I have so much love for him and his family. You know, he tells me a lot of things, and I don't think this is like a hidden thing. So we plan to have liquor. We're gonna knock one of the walls, and that's gonna be the liquor.
Oh, that's sick.
This place is gonna just seriously explode, and I can't wait to see it happen because I'm gonna stick around. Like I love, man, I just love my job.
Dude,
Talking
no,
about it.
Yeah,
that's
no,
sick as
but,
fuck.
yeah.
What's your favorite beer? I like talking. I'm not gonna lie. I like talking about beer too. Like craft beer,
Cool,
dude. I could
yeah.
say I could talk about beer all the time.
So
Like
why I
oh,
took this job. Well, I took this job actually and started in the kitchen, and That
You
was
have a
terrible.
kitchen too. They
Yeah.
make food there.
Yeah, so we do make food.
Is the
That's why,
food
like I said,
good?
the pizza. Like we have now, it's ran by this dude.
Is the food good?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, they're giving it to the 6-pack and the pizza. It's got to be good, dude.
The food's not free.
no, food's not free.
The activities are free.
Activities are free.
Okay.
The fucking vibes are free.
And the
dude.
vibes are free.
No, so like Ghost Hand Pasta is the guy that runs our. His name's Scott, and he has like one other dude. His name's Chris Gaines, and then we have this other guy Ty that does prep work for him. 3 guys running the whole kitchen operation, but we only do it 5 days out of the week, Wednesday through Sunday.
Still pretty long. 5 days is still up.
Dude, that's a lot, man. And if
Yeah.
you ever heard of Ghost Hand Pasta before, you know that this dude makes insane pasta. It's all like horror movie themed.
What?
So yeah, like
Ghost Hand. Okay, I was like,
exactly.
now I'm putting it together.
So
Alright.
like he does just pizzas for us right now. Every once in a while he'll do specials with his pasta again. But he's killing it with the pizzas. So it's like paranormal pepperoni, say cheese and die, sauceperia. It's like Italian sauce and it says sauceperia, and like the steak one I can't remember. Stereo death or something. I can't remember what it is right now.
I'm sure that's not it.
Close enough.
Super close. Then we have a mushroom one that's the love scene from The Last of Us is what it's
Oh,
called.
dude, that's fire.
So like I mean it's really cool. It's a wood fire oven Neapolitan pizza. Good. I get a gift food every once in a while. So
All right, bad astronaut, I heard it here first. This is like a damn near a paid advertisement that
No,
we haven't
man.
been paid for.
I
But
don't wanna run
I'm
this whole
definitely
episode of
no,
that.
no,
No, we won't.
We won't. But I'm definitely
we got a long time
I'm
left,
willing to
so.
check it out. What days are you off? Do you have like a set schedule, or do you just kind of pick up?
I have set of like I'm definitely gonna work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday, it'll just change on which 2 days I'm gonna.
Okay.
So
Talk
if
a
you're
little
just
more-
trying to chill,
There
man,
we go.
Monday through Wednesday are the days to go. Thursday
Yeah.
through Sunday are the days to start. And
Mm.
we get fucking busy.
It starts popping off.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much space, man. I don't know the exact square footage of it, but this was the building before it became the brewery. Obviously, it was just so cool because it's in manufacturing, shipping, and receiving for a screw factory,
What the fuck?
which is just like for me. I'm always like, "Dig, dude, fucking screw heads in here." Like, I don't know. Like every time we talk
That's-
about it,
Honestly, that's not where my mind was.
yeah,
But I love that that's where your mind.
Yeah, no, that's-
Houston, bro. You
know
just
what I'm saying?
Screwston, Texas. You know what the
I'm
fuck it is.
saying?
A brewery where we used to make
Oh,
screws. That's
man,
as
dude.
Houston as it
It's
fucking
literally as
gets.
Houston as it could possibly get, man.
I love that so much.
And
That's
like
fucking
being
hilarious.
bad astronaut, we run with the astronaut theme. Everything else, we just don't want to be the heroes of the whole story. We want to be the anti-hero, and people love to see the anti-hero win. And I think that we're winning right now.
Wait,
dude.
so what's your favorite kind of beer? I don't think I caught that.
Oh,
Did you say-
so it started out with the fake landing, which is our hazy IPA.
Will you pass me another
Do you wanna try
selection?
this one? Do you
Well,
wanna try
I
this
will
fake landing?
try the
Now
fake
that we're,
landing.
like, talking
That one no, I'm not drinking that. Is that the hazy IPA?
Yeah.
What were my other choices? I've had the German Pilsner and then I had the Schwifty Session.
So you have the hazy IPA and the Hellas Lager.
I'm gonna save the.
Yeah, all the artwork is done by Zach Davis. He's our events director and our graphic designer. We have
Zachary Daiquiri.
They sponsor the cycling team that I'm a part of.
Dude, for real?
So, yeah, they made jerseys and everything for us too. Super sick.
What the fuck? Dude, okay. We're gonna get into that. Can I have I'm gonna do the
Do the lager and then go.
oh,
to
that's
the-
what I was gonna
to
do.
the
That was my
hazy.
plan.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
gonna do.
yeah.
I wanna end on the hazy for sure.
So like for me,
Oh, dude, this is fire.
dude, see,
Which one'd you get?
The hazy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that one
The
last.
Hazatron.
the
Cruising through.
Hazatron,
Honestly, this artwork is so sick,
the
dude.
DeLorean on it is
Yeah,
fucking dope.
that's
Yeah.
Fucking
The
dope.
hazy India Pale Ale.
Had a cloud punch in a while.
But yeah,
Punching
that's sick.
clouds and shit, bro.
Yeah, so fucking Cricket here does fucking biking, which I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that's sick, dude. Like, so you bike every day too. It's just like like you know how people go to the gym every day. That's your like shit right there. Like
Yeah, and
that's your exercise every day. But you
of
also
course.
because you probably love it.
Dude, it's more than a love at this point. I
Obsession,
mean,
right?
hilariously enough, I remember one of the first few times that like me and my now like going on a year of being with this girl. Dude, she came over to my place. Like, we were just talking, hanging out. We literally stayed up all night before I had a race in the morning. I got no sleep
Hell yeah.
before the race, and we just talked, like, just literally sat on my bed and talked all night. And at one point of the night, I have like maybe 2 or 3 bikes in my room that were hung up on the wall, and I pointed at them, and I was like, this is my life. If we're gonna be together, you need to realize, like, I'm gonna do this. Like, there's not, like, you can't. And I felt like weird saying it because it's like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I'm like, you can't get in the way of this. This is like what I fucking care to do more than anything. He was like, oh, that's cool. Good.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. And like this entire year of us being together now, she's never given me like, I don't want to say that in a bad way of like, she hasn't given me any issues, you know, but like, you know, she hasn't been any type of person to like step in the way of like my passion, you know.
That's oh, sir.
To be like, it's either biking or me.
Yeah, I don't think she would ever give me that ultimatum.
It's a healthy habit though. It's not like you're fucking hurting yourself or anybody
Yeah.
else. So it's not like it would almost be more of a problem if she was trying to stop you from your passion, because your passion is more so like a physical exertion, and also like something that you're able to do with others, and like and you're like you were saying, you've built a community for yourself in this biking shit. So like that in itself is, it's a very healthy passion. It's not like your passion is fucking burgers and fucking, you know what I mean?
Burgers kind of go hard.
I mean,
Burgers do go hard.
I was gonna say,
I'm
you
not
know,
gonna say that. What I'm
I'll
saying
fuck
is,
up a
that
good
like,
burger.
I'm just saying it's like you don't have something that's like hurting yourself or you hurting others as a passion that somebody would be stopping you from
Unless he's
doing.
pushing himself to the limits to see how far he can go.
Unless
on
you're
the bike.
fucking injecting
I have been though.
performance
you know, in a
enhancing
good way.
drugs
Yeah.
so that you can.
Yeah, fuck no, dude.
I'm gonna do the triathlon and no one's gonna stop me. No, what's the big? Is that the biggest one? Is the triathlon?
No,
it's
it's
the.
the French de la fucking.
The Tour de France.
That's the one.
Well, that one. So like, man, I'm gonna butcher this, and I know that, but it's let's do this. There's a set amount of days where you have to do almost 100 miles every day. Like, I never really knew that, and even now in the cycling shit, I'm not as educated with like the big time shit as I should be. But
What the fuck?
it's like a month or two. It's like a month or two long race. Like,
Bro, hold the fuck up. This shit says the modern editions of the Tour de France consist of 21-day long stages over a 23 or 24-day period and cover approximately 3,500 kilometers or 2,200 miles total. The race alternates between clockwise and counterclockwise circuits. 20
Fuck that.
20 to
Insane.
22 teams of 8 riders usually compete. I didn't know there was teams in the Tour de France. I
Yeah,
guess
so
that's new information.
a lot of people don't really understand that. It's,
You do competitions though, right?
yeah, I do like smaller races of things. I'm not like doing Tour de France. I also ride like a different type of bike. If anybody doesn't know, I don't know if you ever heard of like fixed gear bikes or like fixie bikes.
No.
So these
Educate us.
bikes are meant for what's called a velodrome. There is a circular track where the walls are like fucking sideways almost.
What the fuck?
And because they're brakeless bikes. Bikes don't have brakes, the ones that I race.
At all?
Oh shit.
No.
So how do you?
It's like, so I know, like this is gonna be a whole nother fucking.
Are
30
you ever
minutes of
going
Zen.
downhill? Like,
Exactly.
okay, all right,
Exactly. No, that's why this makes it so much scarier. So
awesome.
let's put this into perspective. Let's say the wheel is just going this fast. Your pedals are now gonna go the same speed as the back wheel.
Oh, sick.
So you can't, like, you know, on a regular bike you can like pedal and then chill.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that on these. So if that wheel's still moving in the back, your pedals are going to keep moving. So I have to basically slow it down in order to completely stop. So like if I pedal backwards, my bike will go back.
What the fuck?
So like people started modernizing these type of bikes, and they make them into trick bikes, and they're doing just going straight backwards only on them because you can pedal it backwards. They're meant for a track. That's why they don't have brakes. People were like, it's fucking lame. Like, I'm going to go ride around cars and be dangerous.
I
And-
live for the
and
thrill
I-
of this
yeah, and
shit.
then I
All
was
right.
like, no, that's fucking dope. Yeah, let's take this shit to the streets, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, needless to say, I have now been hit by 7 cars. Like,
What the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
I've torn a ligament in my shoulder twice within 3 months.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
From getting hit by a car?
Yeah.
Can we convince you to stop getting hit by cars?
Hey, do you get
Yeah,
settlement?
I've done a lot better.
Do you get settlements for that?
No, dude, man.
'Cause you're riding a
people
bike?
suck in Houston. No, well, it's not that. They just kind of go, well, and then drive off. Yeah, dude.
They don't stop.
No, fuck. Dude, people.
They hit you with their car
Yeah.
and drive off.
And then it's somehow your fault because you're a cyclist on the street, dude. It's
He said, yeah. So calmly, like he
I
had
feel
no.
like there could be a police report type of thing there.
But but what? A car hit me. A black Honda. What was the
I
license
mean-
plate? Like, I don't know. They fucking spit
They're
off.
like, yeah, we'll get him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, one
All
of my
right.
buddies got hit the other day, or no, the other day. This was a couple months ago, and we made a police report, and nothing happened. I remember the license plate and everything. I hate talking to cops too, but I told the cop the whole thing because it was trying to benefit my buddy.
Yeah, fucking talking to cops sucks.
You know,
Every
this
time, every
This
time.
is crazy, but
Every fucking
it's this memory just popped back up in my head. But I remember my freshman year at college, I took an English class, and I remember he was a biker, and for some reason we had to write like a paper about something we cared about. He decided to bring up his topic, but he went in depth about it, so he actually cared. He like really cared. But it was the topic was about biking. He was like lanes, like they don't have like there's not enough biking lanes or shit for like bikers to bike, and then people just get pissed off because you're like riding on the street. But it's like we have. There's nothing to accommodate the bikers, you know.
Well, you know what sucks too is
But at the time I was like, shut up. But now, because I was like 18, I was like, dude, no one wants to hear this shit.
I get it because I'm still also like,
Make sure you're
shut
on the
the.
mic.
Or
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
give him a
good.
shot.
Shock myself?
Tilt it up a little bit. Yeah, shock yourself, please. No, I'm
Testing
kidding.
shot. No, so with bike lanes though, man, it what sucks is like, yeah, let's build more bike lanes, but then you know how there's like the street sweeper things that like clean all the streets just to make sure
Yeah.
there's not bullshit on the streets. It just gets brushed off into the bike lanes. So now there's glass and rocks and everything else, and you're like, well, why would I ride on the bike lane whenever the streets are cleaner?
That
It's
is a good.
just stupid. I
That
don't
is a
know,
fair
man.
point. There has to be a way around that. 'Cause I mean, what are you gonna do? Hire a guy to go clean the bike lanes?
They don't care enough about
They don't
that.
give a
don't.
fuck about that.
Which I don't give a shit, man. I don't ride in bike lanes. I don't.
I
I'm that
mean, I
fucking
get
asshole.
that.
But I'm also that asshole that's like, if I'm in the street, I'm going 25 miles an hour plus, maybe 30 miles an hour. I don't give a fuck. I'm hauling ass. I'm running the red lights. I'm going through. I'm not making anyone slam on their brakes. I'm just cruising, man.
Do you have cyclist shit on your algorithm, like on?
100%.
So have you seen like the dude in New York that's like a fucking content creator where he just like goes through the bike lane and just like hits people's cars and it's like
might as
you're
well be me if I had a camera, dude.
I was
Dude, just last night.
I was about to say, do you
Dog.
like attest to that,
Man.
or do you like that, or is that like
I
kind
can't
of
even
like
count
indicative
on
of
fucking
anything?
all 10 toes and fucking fingers how many side view mirrors I've busted, how many tail lights I've hit.
It was like, get out of the bike lane, fucker.
Yeah, either that or like in the streets, people like slam their brakes for no reason, and I'm right behind them, and I swing around and I just smack a side view mirror, which literally happened last night. And this guy like followed me, and I thought I lost him, and I was like, oh, we'll be okay. And then I like turned all my lights off. It was at night, so like I turned all my lights off and I kept riding. And he pulled up next to me, and it's just so funny. I thought he was gonna be like try to run me over or something crazy, and he ended up just like pulling up next to me. Mind you, while driving on the wrong side of the road, pulled up next to me. He was like, "Hey, drunk." He was drunk, so that was also another problem.
That's funny.
Where like,
Not-
I'm like,
Hey,
really?
dude, did you hit my car?
No, like I thought he couldn't even get sentences out. He just pointed at his side view mirror that I didn't break. I just hit it and like closed it, and he was just like, "Hey," points at it. No.
Let's fucking go.
You're the most calmest mad person right now. Like I know
Yeah.
he's upset, man, and
Dude, just relax from the alcohol. That's a different kind of drunk.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't really know what's going on, but I know you did something wrong.
I'm gonna let him know that. No. I was like,
That's-
cool.
That's not cool.
Yeah, I was like,
I'll
well,
just-
thankfully that wasn't the worst.
I hope I make
interaction.
a host safe, but you're not cool right now.
Dude, and I've had like real shitty situations. Not even just me, but other homies of mine. Dude, we've been chased, followed. There's one guy. Dude, I forgot about this until right now. That's insane. These dudes were trying to run me over. After already almost running a stop sign and running me over, they followed me. And then they like hopped out of their car, 2 dudes, and I was just like, okay. And I like grabbed my bike and just ran. It was like 2 really big dudes, and it was just me. It's like I'm not gonna get my. I just got these $1,000 wheels that I got for $20 on a raffle. I got them through a raffle, which is awesome. But I was like, I just put these on my bike. If they stomp me out, that's fine. But
If they
they're
take
gonna
my
stomp
bike, I'm
bike
fucked
out.
up.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't do this, man. So there's a lot of situations that happen. And you know what's funny? So I run around with either a knife or if I'm riding, like, wear the whole skin suit shit. Don't make fun of me, but
I will
I
make
mean,
fun of you if I see you in
I
that.
heard
That's
it's important though. Like,
He said that's fine.
dude, no, but you know what, man? Y'all put that shit on and tell me you wouldn't just rather wear that than what the fuck you're wearing right now. That is the most comfortable shit in the world, dude. It's like little
I
baby
can't imagine
cloud,
that.
just clouds holding
is
you.
that how it feels?
Dude, it's so comfortable.
But I heard, yeah, it's because it has to breathe. Because like it's like a material like
Yeah.
perfect. For,
It's like the feeling of wearing nothing while being completely covered.
I don't know if I
That
could
sounds-
imagine that because it sounds insane.
You can't.
Like, I
And
don't know if
then
I
you
could even.
put that stuff on and you're like, I fucking get it. Because I used to shit on it all
Like
day,
a
man.
fucking Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
Just
I
fucking-
used to be like, dude, that shit is fucking lame. Man. I'm not fucking wearing that.
It's just like I can imagine you just looking in the mirror like.
Is
"Dude,
it
I
a
look sick as
onesie?"
fuck.
No, I don't have a one piece yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm working my way
because
up.
you know what? I used to say I would never do it.
You're
and
working
then
your way up the
all
Need
these
for Speed
things-
ladder
Yeah. I
of the
keep-
BMX world.
I keep never saying yet, and then it's always happened. So then I'm like, now let me just be realistic and just say yet. It'll happen.
It'll happen.
But I
I'm
have
gonna
jerseys,
get it.
and then there's like like the wrestling, like how they look.
The leotards.
Yeah, so that's basically what the under part of the jersey looks like. It's like, and then like pants or
That's kinda sick.
shorts.
I want more like artist merch to be like leotards. I think that'd be funny. Just seeing more people with
Oh,
leotards,
dude.
like an artist you love, just with a leotard on. Like, what are you going to wrestle? Maybe. Maybe I'm gonna go ride a bike.
Well,
Do you ever think of that?
yeah, I was about to say. Well, just know their merch went up by like me only, basically.
Yeah, like I'll buy that shit.
I'm
Fuck it.
wearing that shit, dude.
The untapped market. Damn. So how'd you get into biking? I remember you saying it was like someone was it your bot? No.
No, so I mean, I had got a bike because I had wrecked my car like a while back, and then my grandmother bought me that bike actually for my birthday, and it was a fixed gear bike. It just happened to be that way, and I like, I just needed to get around. And then a buddy of mine found out that there was like this whole scene. Like I said, like people were like, "Fuck that, we're taking it to the streets." Found out that there's like a whole scene for this thing. So we got into it, and then I moved to the city, and I banged up my knee from skateboarding. Just like if anybody knows the story of John Cardiel, all hail Cardiel skateboarder, he had a really bad incident, and he wasn't able. They told him he wasn't ever going to be able to walk, and then he went to skateboarding again, but then like went to bikes, and he rode fixed gear bikes, and he just like mobs around on a fixed gear bike, and like is just a goon on that shit.
That's crazy.
And I basically feel like I did the same thing. I fucked up my knee. Not like, trust me, his story was way worse. But like mine, I just fucked up my knee, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ride a bike. And then I haven't touched a skateboard in fucking a long time. It sucks.
You were kind of killer there for a minute on the board, but I feel like you've always kind of been that person. Like you're like, damn, this shit's sick. I'm gonna dive
I'm gonna do it.
heavy into that shit, dude. Every single day. You remember fucking when we were doing graffiti and shit? You're like, dude, I dove into the history of the shit. And everything was like, dude, I know it all. Fucking
Remember whenever we got chain gang together, dude, and fucking all got arrested at that
Walmart?
fucking Walmart? Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was fun.
Well, honestly, that was probably the most harmless one we could have done, and it's like that was the one
Yeah.
we got in trouble for. Bro, it was
me, you, Cade, and
that was it, I think.
No, there was one other guy, and I'm not gonna remember his name. Like, he's a Filipino kid, and I don't remember
Is
who.
that anyone of y'all's car? I would just no, it went.
I
alright.
just heard the beep of. I definitely just hit the lock button on my girlfriend's
Philip-
car. But it was before that turned off, or after that turned off.
A Filipino guy? I don't
Man,
know
it's
if there
gonna
was
bother me that I don't
Filipino
know.
dudes.
I'm thinking David, Danny, Filipino.
Tristan?
He was kind of
No.
darker skinned.
No.
Man, it's gonna bother me too.
I don't even know who it's. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember. For some reason, in my brain, I only remember us three for some
It was
reason.
4 of us. I trust me, I remember.
Did everybody go to jail?
No, we didn't go to jail. That was the coolest part, dude.
You
We
said
got
arrested. That's why I was like,
we got- You ever
We got
been arrested and
handcuffed.
let go? We weren't like booked or anything. We
got
got we were
handcuffed.
too young. We were like 15, 16.
so
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
arrest just being put in handcuffs?
We were literally. You ever seen the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Like we got fucking handcuffed.
I
all
have
together.
not. Is it a good one?
Fuck, you've never
haven't
seen
seen
that
that?
movie?
No.
Oh,
Is that a
dude,
good one?
George Clooney, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch it. Sorry.
yeah. I am the man who.
Wake up this all
Bro,
road.
come on. Yeah, dude, it's
I'll definitely have to
That's
watch
my
it. But
childhood shit.
It is honestly. I didn't see it probably till a couple years ago. To be fair,
What the fuck?
but great movie though. It is a great movie. It's one of those classics. I feel like people
Fuck
do
yeah.
have to
I will
watch.
have to check that out.
Really good. Like just the whole story, the journey of all of it, dude. Like it.
That guy
Solid.
from damn, I was had this other movie in my head and I was gonna say it.
Holes, the guy from Holes. You remember Adam Podansky, whatever, the guy who was like fucking over the kids.
Buster Ruggs? No, what is it?
Buster Scruggs.
The guy, the face of that. He's one of
Hmm.
the characters in that movie too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that actor's name, but goddamn, that movie good, boy.
It is a good one. It is a good one. But yeah, we did dive into that because I remember honestly thinking back to it like
Dude, we were daytime spraying that shit in that tunnel. It was like daytime. We didn't get arrested at night or anything.
no, yeah, it was broad day. But it was like it
hilarious
was
for
back.
that.
It was like in a gated thing. It was dude, that shit was covered in graffiti. It was just like a fucking sewer ditch. You know the
I think
like
that's why we
cemented
got
sewer.
away with it, is that they realized how stupid that was.
They were like, dude, this because they went back there and looked at it and they were like, dude, it literally
It's
was
covered.
it was covered.
They were like, what were y'all writing in there? And it was like, I don't know.
Fuck shit piss.
And at that point, yeah.
And it was like, well, you're not going to be able to tell, even if we did write anything specific.
They could, yeah,
What?
dude.
They
There
were
was
like, there's so much in there, we don't know what is y'all's. Like,
Yeah, what
so
are you
we
gonna
have
do,
to let y'all
fucking
go.
Just touch your hand across every inch of the cave,
That
or
would've been
fucking
terrible. There was so much,
tunnel,
man. It was
just,
insane.
just to see what wet paint you can find.
But the thing was, it was a concrete ditch for for water to like if things are flooding.
No, I know what you're talking about.
So it's like they're like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That's my thought. Oh, these kids are tagging non-essentials.
It's
like
property of the city, dude.
You know what, though? The worst part of it was...
You lost your sketchbook. They say that.
Oh, yeah, they did.
did.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah, fuck,
Right.
dude, that was so long ago. That was probably the worst sketchbook ever
Yeah.
in the world. What?
You said that was the worst part.
There was
but
probably
that was the bad
terrible
part.
shit in there.
Yeah.
No, dude, I had just stole like some bolt cutters and like masks and some other stuff. I remember like we had literally just ran up Walmart,
Oh,
which
dude, we
is
did.
probably the worst thing to say in public.
No, I mean,
Like,
but look,
but also steal from corporate. Don't steal from
Dude,
local.
no,
if you're
I'm
going
with
to
you.
steal,
I'm
if
with
you're
you.
going to steal,
Steal from
did I
your
ever
jobs.
tell you that? Like we used to go
If
in
you can.
with the backpacks in Walmart, and the graffiti was just out, dude. Like, I mean, you had to be 18. So the thing is, you had to be 18 to buy it anyways. So we're like, nah, we're gonna go
not
in.
gonna happen. Obviously,
And we just would fill the bags up
what I remember.
with as much paint as we can.
No, that, and then I would. You could grab the handheld cart and you would fill it with graffiti, and then put a backpack or something over that, and then walk out. So,
We almost got stopped a couple times.
oh, for sure. I have a. I know
Mate.
people now. A really big thing. Just fucking taking Tupperwares and filling that shit. and
Bro.
running up.
There's a strange like uptick in that. I've heard that people are just like finding the
I
biggest.
feel like I'm like dry stitching all my homies. No, but like. The fuck, man, whatever. The owner of Home Depot probably already knows that this shit is happening.
no, fucking at Walmart, you fucking go grab
Go
one
fill
of
a
the.
Tupperware and then just have your Tupperware get
Fuck-
scanned and then
Fuck
you
a
leave.
Tupperware. You could go grab one of the fucking like.
Or dude, that's
Oh,
such a good
you go
idea.
grab a trash can.
And you know what,
You go
so-
grab a trash can that's
know what,
opaque,
man?
that's not see through,
People-
that's with a lid, and you just scan that fucking 57-pound trash can once you fill it up with everything that you possibly need for $10.99, and you get the fuck out of there.
I think that like these guys that are in the graffiti scene now, especially with the way that the world is just evolving, I think that there's ways for these people to be so innovative that they would have found out ways. It's like, oh, we need to start double checking this, and they're gonna be like, Oh, okay. Well, what we're gonna do is go buy mailboxes from Home Depot and then fill that with paint, and then go get a mailbox scanned, and then next thing you know, I'm spending $20 and I have fucking 60.
Dude, honestly, it's like you want to hate that scamming exists whenever you get scammed.
Well, of course.
But whenever you're the scammer and you have like a nice little finesse that you
There's
found
a
in those little crevasses.
So I've always
There
had
is
like
a
this
difference
Robin
between
Hood.
stealing from people and stealing
Yeah.
from companies.
So there's
I'm
like a
with
whole
you.
Robin Hood way of that I look at it is like, man, like if someone steals from me or you guys personally, that's fucked up. That's
Yeah.
really not cool. That's really fucked up, man. We are very small time people. We don't have tons of zeros in our bank accounts to just be like, yeah, go ahead and take my car. I'll buy another one.
I can't
That's
file for
exactly
bankruptcy.
where I'm at.
Dude, you take my bike. I'm not riding bikes for 6 months. I don't have enough money to
fucked.
have another bike immediately. If I go to fucking Walmart and I go steal something, anybody goes and steals something, I think that there's a whole nother level of like.
They have a
looking at it.
department for loss prevention and that department is paid for by the stipend of their fucking like
If you're-
income that comes in
If you're able
that
to
they
fucking
set
do that.
aside just for the like the known basis that they're gonna have losses.
If you're able to pay people to make sure that people aren't stealing from you, you have enough money to be stolen from. Is the way
How
that I
about
look at it.
if you pay somebody to stop me from stealing from you and I still steal from you,
I'm gonna make sure
you're
they're-
at fault
No.
for paying that person
No,
for
no.
doing a horrible
I'm gonna
job.
make sure that they're earning that check because I'm gonna run fast.
I'm gonna see if they really want their job
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah,
No, but I'm
you're gonna
definitely
get top level.
I'm definitely with you because like even if my best friend, even if my like the person I would die for, if like Daniel owned Walmart, I'd be like, Daniel, I don't care that people are stealing from you
But I
because you own Walmart.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You can eat that. Like even if my best friend had that much, like is the it's like I'm attached to you. I don't want anybody stealing from my best friend. But bro, you own Walmart. Shut the fuck up. You can eat that.
They don't care that much.
There's,
Exactly.
I've never had like a very expensive. Well, I'm trying to find out perfect words to say this. I've never had like an expensive lifestyle.
Right.
I grew up with a single mother, man.
It's like minimalist isn't the
Yeah.
minimalist isn't the correct word because like you do.
I do
think
want nice things.
You do want nice things. You like nice things.
Yeah.
You're willing to go out of your way for nice things, but you don't need them so much so that it like dictates your happiness.
I
type of
think it's
thing.
just that there's just also like this so stupid because nowadays everybody is like following this, but there's like this huge thing in the world of like you need to have so much money to be completely happy and to like feel on top of the world, but it's like nobody needs stupid amounts of money.
the
They're
goalpost
not gonna have
continues to
enough.
move.
And yeah, and it's like, man, you don't need this money that like if like dude, if you die, fucking what, dude? I would rather die with no money in my bank account. I like even which sucks, like I save money now for other reasons that I have going on in my life. But once that goes off, I only focus on my girlfriend's gonna hate this too. I only focus on like paying my bills and making sure that I'm happy until my next paycheck comes up. Because I never know whenever my last day is coming.
Legitimately, I
last
hope
day
your
comes-
girlfriend hates this because I'm with you. That's exactly how I
Yeah.
live lately. I've been trying to, like you said, I've been saving for some things. We're trying to get a house, so I've been saving a
Yeah.
little bit more to try to like be able to afford that move. Because I think we're not really going to be spending that much more on a month-to-month basis, but the move itself is going to be a little expensive. Like on our last month and then first month there, like that transition might be a little bit tough. Let me try a different one out of the two that I've tried. So I did the hazy and I did the fruited ale. Okay, cloud
Yeah, I just
punch,
started
bro.
this.
We're punching fucking clouds, dude.
That one's pretty good. Cloud Punch's pretty good. The Pilsner's pretty good too.
No, I
Okay.
think so yeah, like I mean I wanna save for things that matter. I
Mhm.
don't like I don't know, man.
I
don't
think what it
wanna-
is that like I'm willing to save for the things that like I want to be right in front of me, but I'm not really living life as if 20 years from now
Yeah.
I need this
No, exactly.
amount of money. I'm living life like, okay, this is what I need for the goals that I have now. And those goals are going to change as I change, as I grow, as I think. and I
don't
have
have
the ability.
kids.
We don't. That's
If
the
I die with
fucking
money
main
now,
portion. That's the main
it's not gonna
portion of
go to
this.
anybody,
Because
you
that's
know?
exactly what I was gonna end on. But that's the main portion of what I'm talking about. Is that these like you have the availability to live your life day to day because you don't have another person to provide for other than yourself.
Yeah.
And other people have family members that they provide for, or kids that they provide for, or even like friends that they provide for in certain situations. But if you are in a position where you don't have to fucking put food on the table for anybody else, why wouldn't you enjoy that? Why would you try to like put yourself in a box of saying, well, no, I need to be doing this or I need to be doing that? It's like, who says? Like, who says what you
Yeah.
need to be doing other than you?
I think like talking about like my girlfriend's gonna hate to hear this, but I save enough to make sure that me and her live comfortably, and that we can pay our bills. We don't have kids yet, and man, I'm be honest, fuck that. This is the woman I'm gonna have kids with.
Hell
Mark
yeah,
my
dude.
fucking words.
She's not gonna hate to hear that.
No, yeah, she's gonna be so happy. So like the day that like those things start happening, I'm gonna start saving more money to make that happen. But then there's gonna be savings that whenever I pass away, that goes to my kids and my future baby mama and wife, dude. But like for now, I could die on. But I mean, it sucks saying this. Like I've told you, I've been hit by cars. I could die on the bike.
You could
tomorrow.
not though. We're on the same page
Of
of like
course.
you could not
Yeah.
be hit by
So, like,
cars
the
in
whole
the future
thing
if you
is-
choose to.
The whole thing is like, if that were to happen, if I die from some other freak accident, whatever, I'd rather have no money in my bank account. Make sure that I lived my life to the fullest.
As long as she's taken care of.
Yes.
Right.
Which she's very well taken care of. She is a very badass tattoo artist.
Fuck yeah, dude.
She is a fucking beautiful woman. Like this girl has it all, man. I mean, if I disappear, like she's okay. Like you know what I mean?
Ooh, you're in love.
Ooh,
Nah,
this guy
you-
in love.
Look at this fuck-
Dude, we should get your girlfriend on the pod, dude. Fucking tattoo artist.
It'd be sick, man. She works for a badass shop downtown called It Always Hurts, which is a sick name.
That is a
'Cause it
sick name for a
does.
tattoo shop.
Her tattoo Instagram is Later Days Tattoo.
Is it DAZE?
No,
Later days, like DAYS.
it's not.
Okay, we're
Figure
good.
it out, we'll figure it out.
Later Days Tattoo. She's done the back of my leg, and then she did my favorite one, that shit, little bobby pin.
Oh, that's fire.
You answered for me. I was gonna say that's funny as
Right?
fuck.
Yeah.
Bobby
Like
pin.
Bobby.
A
I
Bobby
looked at that, I was like,
from
wow, I was like,
fucking
oh
King of the
shit,
Hill.
Not at all,
it's
but-
Bobby. The Bobby pin.
Can you like?
Bobby. What's it? Either let's see. I just look- This is official as fuck. Hell yeah, but like yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude. Bobby.
post right next to it. Yeah, I was gonna ask, is like that your official? Because that your official tattoo artist now?
So I've gone through. Well, man, her and one of the other resident artists tattooed me. She did the back of my leg, and this, and then another artist had did something else on my leg in like 2 months, and that's the most I've ever been tattooed.
Ever?
Like within 2 fucking months. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Like,
yeah.
like usually my tattoos are spaced out like 6 months to a year and a half. I got tattooed 3 fucking times, 2 months, and she did a lot, man. Back of my at least, but all of that, and we haven't even the
Fire.
I'm just like,
so
leg doctor,
So the whole reason why I got that, it means a lot to me.
plague doctor.
Yeah. So my
Thick.
first sleep paralysis experience was a plague doctor in the corner of my room.
That's crazy.
And I used to be freaked out with like sleep paralysis. I used to be real scared. And then I finally had it. I've had sleep paralysis more times than I can count. And I was just like, well, this isn't going anywhere. This is something I need to start embracing. And I just kept being like, okay. So, like whenever, I don't know if you guys have ever had sleep
I've
paralysis.
only had it once.
It's
Had
pretty
it a couple
freaky. Like the
times.
first
Weird
time,
as shit.
especially, you're like, fuck, someone's here and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you're like, I need to get up, but you can't. Yeah.
I just dove into it where I was like, well, they're not doing anything. And that's the scariest part to realize is like nothing's happening. It's most of the time it's either not moving or it's not really it's not actually going to harm you. I just dove into it all, and I was like, "Fuck it, man! This is the shit." And,
You're just fucking talking to the dude in the corner, like, "Hey, what'd you think about the Lakers
what's going
game
on,
last
dude?
week?"
Pass me a beer, dude. Like, and like, what's going? No, dude, I just dove into it. So that was the first one. I remember being very freaked out, and then just like forever having some weird connection to like how artwork and just the way that like a plague doctor looked. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Assassin's Creed, like those fucking games.
Yeah,
and there was
I
a
actually
plague
never
doctor.
played Assassin's Creed, unfortunately.
Dude,
I
that
know.
whole series of games is so insanely good.
Damn, you got it on the shit. Damn. But yeah, unfortunately, I never played Assassin's Creed because I heard nothing but
Click
great
the
things.
button. You clicked another button. Hey,
I said, "Hey, it's me."
yeah, this button. That's already me. This whole podcast is definitely gonna be a more boozier one. I don't know. I mean, do y'all mostly drink on y'all's?
I don't smoke, so. Do you mostly drink on yours? I would assume that's asking like
That's why
just drinking or like.
I was, but like, no, I know. I mean, do y'all smoke also on the podcast?
That's
we
what I
have
was wondering.
smoked on a couple podcasts, but I think you were asking, do we usually drink on the
Yeah, yeah,
pods? Yes, we
it
typically
was
have like a
both. I thought it
beer or
was asking.
two.
Either or.
But sometimes, yeah, we smoke.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, but yeah. If the guest is smoking,
I have my last PO meeting coming up soon. and I
yeah,
wanna-
that's good.
No.
That's no. Yeah.
Dude, as much as I do, man. I mean, I've smoked weed for
Safer than sorry.
a very long time. And so one of the resident artists at the brewery, he actually told me, he was like, "Man, one of my buddies got slapped with 6 more months after his last PO meeting because he fucking smoked." And I was like, "Man, I'm so close to being done with everything."
Dude, it's not worth it.
and you know what? I've
Definitely
only
not
been drug
worth it.
tested once through the 6 months of my probation. So
But if they were gonna drug
That's
test you, I feel like
nice.
the last one would be a
again,
well,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that
Like,
would be
they
a
did
good.
it-
That'd
they
be
did it
one.
at the beginning, and let it just be the fucking grace of whatever, man. It would happen again, and I'd be like, "Well,
No, definitely not worth it. I would also say that.
yeah,
And
I'm
I'll
ready
bring-
to have good times, dude." So, like going back to cycling too, this whole probation thing is like really fucked up my traveling for racing outside of Texas. I can't leave out of town for more than like less than 24 hours, really. So this year, I think I'm supposed to be going to Berlin for a race. West Virginia, New York, Switzerland. Like, dude, I have so many races lined up to like go out and
Correct.
do.
Yeah, I kinda
And
wanna
you're
go to
sponsored by,
Switzerland.
you said, the brewery.
So we have that sponsor, and I mean that's really it for right now. We're hoping to expand a lot more.
But I mean,
obviously, but-
everyone's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, of course.
How many people do you have in like the team right now?
Dude, we have a lot. I think like the ones that are really just like grinding that shit out, like me and one other homegirl that's on the team. Her name's Joy. She is like literally just the light of the team. She fucking me and her, the ones that are like on the podium. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you see
Yeah.
pictures, it's like we're on the podium. I mean, the rest of the team is great. Not getting anything wrong. It's just like I don't know what it is about me and her. Like we click so well on the bike. Like we train together. Like there's not many other women on bikes that are gonna be able to keep up with the shit that I do, and she does. Like without a doubt. Fucking
Locked in.
so sick, man. I love having her as a teammate, and it's so hilarious. She just had her 40th birthday too. I'm hanging out with older people all the time. My roommate's 40.
To be
I
fair,
mean-
biking thing is like definitely like an older.
Well, I mean, if y'all saw her, y'all'd be like, bro, she's in shape. Like, there's people our age that aren't as in shape as she
Name
is.
a cyclist that's not.
In shape? I mean, me right now, dude. I literally have gained. So, like, I ride so much, but then on the off season, which off season is just winter, because it just sucks riding in the winter
Can't
time.
ride, yeah.
Dude, I gained like almost 20 pounds.
Yeah,
So
it's
now,
not good.
right now, I'm trying to drop the 20
But
pounds.
you'll burn it, yeah.
After this podcast, I'm not drinking beer for the rest of the year. It's
the rest of the
it's-
year. Oh, because you're training for some of these races.
So it's liquor and seltzers only. It's less
Okay.
calories, less everything else. But that's just my body that works that way. It's not for everybody else. So don't think that my dietary plans is for y'all as well.
Liquor and seltzers
Yeah.
only.
It helps, man. You'd be surprised. I've lost 17 pounds in 1 month before just by switching to seltzers and riding.
That's kind of crazy.
It's insane, dude, but, like,
I can't argue with your results, but that is kind of crazy.
My body does fluctuate so much. So I gained 12 pounds within 1 month. and then gained another almost maybe 10 after the next few months. So like, boy gained a little, you know.
I'm right there with you. I gained a little bit of weight too, and I'm more than I wish.
See, but now I'm hopping back into it. I'm drinking less beer, like I said, after this fucking podcast.
It's fair, dude. It's a special case.
It is. That's why I was like, bro,
there's
I'm not
nothing wrong
gonna
with special
not
occasions.
drink fucking beer with these fucking. I haven't seen y'all in so long. Too.
I mean, I think there is also like an important factor of just like things that are good in moderation. Like, like, there's nothing wrong with a beer every now and then, or like even if you were to get like drink like a few beers like once a month or like even once every couple months, that would still be okay. Like you could still make do with like the liquor and seltzer diet on like the outside of that. You don't have to like demonize the idea of drinking beer to that.
You know,
to that
and I've
extent.
had like this whole talk with a lot of people. And dude, like dealing with like the probation of everything that I have going on right now, like I've had to do all these recovery classes and everything like that.
That's fun.
And yeah, let me tell you about it. So they have like this whole thing of, you know, they want you to feel like as if like you're making your life be better by like just completely getting rid of things like this. I think it's wanting to figure out. Well, everyone also is different. I do want to say that as well. I think figuring out like, do you have the ability to moderate yourself, or do you have the ability to just have to stop? Like, which one is actually going to suit your life? But we are in a day and age where people feel like I need to stop because I have a problem, but it's because a lot of people are telling them, you have a problem, man. Like, you have a problem. You have 3 beers right there. You have a problem. You have 3 beers right there. I have a problem. I have 4 beers right here. I probably won't fucking drink beer tomorrow.
I think things are such like people lose perspective whenever they're willing
It's black
to
and
like
white, though. You know, like that's what it is.
That's
It's
how people
like-
view it.
people.
Yeah.
There's
people
gray area. I
people-
believe in gray area personally.
No,
but
yeah.
I
that's
think,
just-
I mean,
yeah,
of course.
Peop-
No,
people
I'm not saying it is black and white. I'm saying people look at it as black and white.
Yeah, no,
but that's what I
100%.
was trying to say is that people look at it as black and white, this or that, whenever it's not them. You know, like whenever it's about them, it's like, oh damn. Like, how many times did the person that's judging you for that or saying, damn, you got 4 beers and you have a problem? Like, how many times has that person told themselves, damn, I got fucked up last night. I'm not drinking ever again, and then drink again. Like,
Yeah.
shit happens. Like, there's the idea of having a problem is like the difference between being clinically diagnosed with depression and someone saying, "Nah, I'm depressed." Like that. You can't just tell me I have a problem just because you're looking at 4 beers on the table,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Like, you just have a perspective issue. You're not willing to look at things for what they truly are. It's like, even at that level, it's like, what if these 4 beers were from the last 4 hours? I mean, they're not, but
They're
if
totally
they
not.
were, but if they were, then you'd be looking like
This
a
is
fucking
special
idiot.
occasion, of course.
You know what I mean? What
Yeah.
I'm saying is, like, you'd be looking like an idiot if these 4 beers were from the last 4 hours. I've had a beer per hour. You don't know if I've eaten. You don't know anything about the
Josh.
situation. You just look at 4 beers on the, oh, damn. Wait, what?
Nah, you're good, but just,
What? Oh.
yeah.
Sorry, Orion was biting his bone. It was moving the other camera.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't on
Um,
there, but it's
We weren't on that camera. But no, I think it's just a perspective issue. People aren't willing to like ask questions before they make judgments.
Yeah.
And whenever they do make the
Always.
judgments, they treat that as the baseline, not what the reality is.
I-
It's like, I already think that you have a problem, and now you have to just
And they're gonna
convince me
run
that
with
you
it.
don't. And it's like, I don't have to convince you of shit because you're fucking wrong and
Yeah,
not
and I
willing
never want
to.
to discredit anybody. I mean, because there is a certain level of like, some people do have a problem, and you are in this like weird area of like, do I or do I not? And I will say, addiction is insane, man. I have now been I think I'm hitting almost 3 years. I never really like put a point to it, but I'm like almost 3 years, no pills, no powders.
That's nice.
I've like done really well with like separating myself from doing anything. With things like other addictions, I feel like there's a point where it's like, do I have a problem? And now you sit at this point where you're like, do I need to stop or do I need to figure out if I have a problem? Like, it just becomes like a situation where you're like, you question yourself so much. So now anytime that you have a beer, you're like, fuck, is this me having a problem or is this just me having a beer?
right.
You know what I mean? So like, I think for me, I figured out like with like pills and powders and everything like that, I was like, oh, I have a fucking problem, you know?
Right.
Like, dude, I got to a point where I was doing other things, I just want to say, and I totally told myself, I was like, oh, this is okay.
Extracurricular activities.
Way too extra. You know what I mean? And then being like, this is
Not so curricular.
Yeah, not so anything, man. And like being able to tell myself like that was okay. I was like, oh, I need to fucking figure my shit out. You know?
Yeah.
But like now it's like I'm able to be like have a couple beers, have a few beers, have a lot of beers, and not realize that like this isn't me having a problem. This is me having a good time. And I
Yeah,
think some people don't have that recognition to be able to separate that and be like, hey man, I can have a couple beers and be able to go home and go the fuck to sleep and be okay.
Right.
Some people, I can have a couple beers and I need to keep drinking until I black the fuck out, which I had a problem with before. And it just took me having to figure out my moderation of things of like, oh, maybe getting blackout drunk every night was not the move, you know? But I mean, that's everyone, you know, that's just like everyone's thing. It's
It's
like
kinda
being
hard,
able to
though.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's definitely like, I still like, I don't want to say I struggle with it, but there's like some days where I'm like, man, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's me telling myself I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm like, no, I don't want to get fucked up. Like,
Bro,
it's like,
I
this
Yeah.
is such a troubling
I don't know
thing.
if
That's
it's
where
like-
I'm at now. Yeah.
I don't know if
that's-
it's like some adult shit or some reverse psychology shit, but there's times where I'm like, I'm trying to get fucked up tonight, and then when it comes time to get fucked up, I'm like,
You're done.
I'm kind of tired. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I could go to bed right
That's
now.
But see, but that's you being able to like, dude, if you actually had a problem,
No,
you're
yeah.
getting fucked up.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
That's the thing. Is
that's
that
the
like
shit.
I think the idea is that I don't know. It's weird because I've accepted the level of
guy.
alcoholism that I have, which is like I'm down to. It's kind of like weirdly enough, it's like Bert Kreischer alcoholism. It's like I will do as much as I can to keep my body healthy, so that at any point, whenever I want to, I can drink. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not needing a drink, and I'm not forcing myself to
And
drink.
that's
at
why I
every
ride
occasion.
bikes. No, I'm just kidding.
Dickhead.
No, dude, I earned this today. All right, I was out. I just got hit by a car. You're telling me
Yeah.
I can't have this beer?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Can I?
I'm-
Can I
I mean,
use the restroom
you can
real
definitely
quick?
Yeah,
go,
go
okay,
take a
absolutely.
piss, dude.
I
You
know
wanna
we're
take
like
a
so
pausey?
deep in
Yeah,
the
we can
weeds
take a
right now.
pause.
You want to take a pausey?
Because
Pausey?
I'm gonna pee too.
A
We'll be right
playoff
back.
pause. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
At any point here. Yeah, we
Do
could
do
include
a
some of
clap
that
again?
already.
We're back, guys.
I was gonna think, should we clap again when we come back, or do we
No,
think
'cause
it's already lined up?
It's already lined up. I'll
It's
just.
already lined up.
We're
Yeah,
good.
We're
We
good.
got it.
We're locked in.
And we're back
Z's.
From the piss break, the birds and the pee, or no, what was it? The burps,
Burps
and the pee.
peas, man.
The
Burps
burps
and
and
the
the
pee-
peas,
burps
dude.
I mean, yeah, verbiage of things is awesome. Being able to tell people, like, so at the brewery, like, during the summertime, we didn't have any AC or, like, anything to, like, help it out, and it's a huge warehouse.
Bro, shit, it was like the hottest summer that we've had in a long time.
We literally have reviews of people saying, like, this is a great place, great beer, it's awesome.
You're
We're
gonna
coming
sweat
back
it
in the
out?
fall. Like, we're not doing this right now, man. And it sucks because, like,
This is a November bar.
yeah, no, and it was. I want to say it was. We have AC now in our event space, and then we have. You ever heard of Big Ass Fans, the brand?
Yeah.
So we have 2 Big Ass Fans in our tap room. So I think it like helped just centralize all the AC that we have in the event space, kind of bleed out to the tap room, and dude, it's gotten a lot better. I mean, it's still hot as shit. Like I'm sure. Summertime
Comparatively.
comparatively to that, like you know, and it's hard also to like compare your first year of anything to how the next year is gonna go.
Right, like at that level, like whenever you're a startup, it's hard to perfect anything, especially whenever you don't have like control over the space. You just try to find the location and then do what you can with it before you can like set up your business. But it seems like from the video that you were showing me, it seems like they've set it up pretty fucking well.
Dude, we have.
So, I mean, if AC is your worst problem, that seems like a very fixable issue.
Yeah,
Rather than like structural issues being an issue. You
we
know what I
have
mean?
reviews of
You
people.
said, well, not to get into that.
Like I said, we have all the reviews of like people just being very upset about how hot it is, and you know we combat with it of like not being like.
Welcome to
You
Texas,
know, like,
motherfucker.
yeah, I mean, 'cause that's the quickest way to do it. It's like really, I've like talked to other people who like, they're like, it's really hot in here. And I'm like, are you from here? And they're like, no, we moved from what the fuck ever. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably the reason why you're not used to this. But also, it's like,
this is Houston, bitch.
Like-
No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, there's been places I go to. It's like hot as shit, and there's like a couple of fans, and you're still hot. But usually, you're like, I mean, I get it.
I'll
We're in a
sweat a little
warehouse.
bit.
Yeah, we're in a warehouse. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh shit, this is like indoors. You know, like
Yeah.
it is, but it's not.
yeah.
It's-
So like we have like the garage doors completely open.
oh,
We have
then
the big ass fans going, and people are gonna still be like, it's pretty hot in here. Can y'all turn the AC on? And we're like, well, it cost. I heard what the number was, but let's just keep that out of there. But I've heard what the number was, and it's like, it costs this much for us to like completely AC this entire place. We can't do that. It's our first year of being open. This is insane that you would think that like
He said that X amount is X amount too much.
Yeah. there would be about this many less bartenders. There would be a lot of production cuts. Like we'd be fucked, man. And we're just trying to make sure we make it through the first year, which we have.
So yes, sir, I can get you an old fashioned, but you are 62nd in line.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait honestly until we do. I think it's gonna suck for us because we're gonna be staying open later and just doing so much more than we already do, which is, great. Like I don't mind. Like this is actually one of the first few jobs that like I'm not completely working my fucking ass off to like
Isn't it beautiful?
work. Like yeah, like I'm making good money here. I'm not having to like all the other jobs that I've ever done. I feel like as if I was just busting my ass 6 days a week, and then being like, fuck, dude, like having to breathe. Like here, it's like we go through a heavy 3 days, and then I get to be like, okay, cool. Like now I can
Yeah.
go back to like a regular work week and be okay. Like even on like our slow days, dude, like we're making decent money, and like I don't care. I really don't care because it's not much to like keep this place going. It's not much for like me as a bartender to be like, yeah. Which also like I'm one of the only, if not the only bartender that can like, I can hop on the forklift in the back and be able to know how to work that shit. I can hop on the scissor lift, be able to work that shit. It doesn't matter. Like that's what also helps me out from like the other jobs that I've had in my life. I'm like I'm an asset, and like so like I don't know, that like makes me feel really good. Like I don't know. I'm just not worried about it. I feel like just I'm able to kick ass at a place like this where they look at me like, damn, this guy, like this is the
that's
fucking
fucking
dude.
solid.
We've talked enough about this place.
No, I did want to say like talked about it earlier was so how does the like biking competitions sponsored? Do you have a team? Like how do they like sign up, or is it like mostly like solo shit? Like what is?
Well, so right now, the team that I'm with right now we're called Texas Fix, which is it goes back to the fixed gear riding of bikes, and Bad Astronaut Brewing, they sponsored our team, and we got the jerseys and everything like that. So now it's just the team. They sponsored us at first for, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of MS 150. It is
I have not.
a 2-day ride that consists of 185 miles within 2 days. So you do 100 miles the first day, 85 the second, and it goes from Katy to LaGrange, and you camp in LaGrange, and then once you camp from there, you wake up the next day and you go to College Station. It's beautiful. I mean, if you can do the amount of miles that they're asking you to do, it's awesome. Which
I wouldn't want to drive that.
I can, trust me, no one does.
I'm with you though. It does sound nice.
is.
Like as like a group, like as a community event, like
there's
doing the
thousands.
camping too, like as like almost like an intermission between the two journeys.
Yeah.
Like I can envision how nice that might be.
Yeah.
But
It's
I'm
funny 'cause-
thinking about the drive, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking
average
used to
person-
hate that drive.
Oh, dude, that's a long drive.
Well, I
That
hate
shit.
fucking driving in general. Like, I mean,
Yes,
it's
that
coming
part.
to see you guys. Awesome. I hated the entire drive coming over here.
I'm
I
with
just
you
hate
though.
driving.
What part of town are you in now?
So, north side,
Like,
north side.
north
But
side?
I'll be in Third Ward. So after next month,
Okay, be careful.
dude. I mean, honestly, like I think things are insane in the city right now. I mean, there was just thing at Lakewood Church and
There was just
Which
a
is
shooting at Lakewood Church.
fucking wild, and but like I think like don't know, man. I hate to say like I keep myself out of a lot of it because I will end up in certain situations where I am inside of things like that. In cycling, dude, I've had a guy pull a gun out on me after almost hitting me with his car.
That's really
like,
nice.
Pulled a gun. Yeah, you're right. You're like, thanks, man.
Really good hospitality.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that there's a lot that goes on, but also there's definitely ways for you to be able to know that you're gonna keep yourself comfortably safe, comfortably just out of harm's way. I mean, I don't like the way of thinking like if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it, and if you're not, you're okay. Because definitely there is situations where people just sit and try to not be a part of things, and things happen. I mean, that's also just the way the world.
I do think that there might be something to the idea of like if you are looking for it, then you might find it. But I do also think that doesn't dictate the adverse being true. Like that doesn't just mean that if you're not looking for it, then you won't find it. No, like
Sometimes it comes to you. Yeah.
there is very much innocent people having things happen to them that they shouldn't have happened to them. They're good people do die, and it doesn't make sense.
Dude,
Like,
there was a I'm not gonna say the name. Just to say, I'll take a beer.
Me.
I have a hazy right now, but I'll take a beer.
You've had.
I think I've
you had all of
I've
them?
had the cloud punch, I've had the fake landing, I've had the Swifty session. I think that's the only one I
logger.
haven't
Cool.
had.
So also with the logger, a little side note. I want to dip back into the racing, like you were saying too.
Dude, the DeLorean?
Yeah, the DeLorean on there.
That's what I was saying
Fucking
earlier. Yeah,
dope.
it's just gas artwork.
With the logger, so
The DeLorean.
you're good. You're all good.
No, I'll take one. I'll probably drink. Whatever. I'm drinking the IPA, so I'll take probably like.
The high PA, bro.
Now
Oh,
we're just
like-
circling back, and
Yeah.
now at this point we're just fucking bros drinking at this point.
As it should be. Fuck it.
No,
You talking about the Pilsner?
the cruising through. So with the logger, like my boss, and even then, I hate saying my boss because like we were
Friends,
fucking friends
homies.
before.
The homies
So
type shit.
What do you?
See, but it's funny because Daniel used to be my boss at one point. Like when we both
but
worked
y'all
at
have
Geo's.
known each other way before that was even a thing.
Yes, but also it's hilarious because like
What's
he
his boss?
he was my manager, and
Yeah.
now on my resume I get to write Daniel Velasquez and his phone number and
that's
my
fucking
address.
dope. And what's funny too is like my boss too. Like he's like, I think that he jokes.
And he's never gotten a call, not once.
They never
for my
do.
references.
I've
They
put
don't
so
do
many
it.
people on reference and they've
I
never
put
been called.
only
right?
friends because my other friend Chance was one of my managers. He was one of my managers. Yeah, Maynard. He
Fucking
was
A.
one of my he was my manager at a solar sales company type shit.
Isn't it funny? Your friends are your managers.
My friends
You're
are my
like,
managers, so they're my references now.
Well, that's what the difference is. Like, he's my fucking boss, man, and like we joke enough to the point where like he's like he's a wild fucking character. So like whenever he says fucked up shit, you have to know that like this is him just being
Comedy.
yeah. So like the rest of the coworkers that I have, like they'll be like, well, he said this, and I just really like.
It was quite offensive.
yeah.
actually.
Should I be worried about my job? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're okay.
Relax, Susan.
Just, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, dude. And like he'll say shit. He told me one time where he was just like, you don't fuck up, and you don't really do anything below the bar for us to fire you, but you don't do anything else for you to actually do anything else worth your life. Like I was like,
Yeah, that's
fuck you and go suck a dick, you ass.
It's like, is that a compliment?
And like it gets to the point like I'll dig deep and I'm like, you bald headed son of a bitch. I'm like, man, I don't know how else to go back. That was fucking hilarious. And you know what? And I told my coworker, one of them that, and they were just like, it's honestly pretty fucked up. It's really not okay. And I was just like, I thought it was hilarious. Like I was like, no, that's how our relationship started, was being drinking buddies that just talked shit.
And isn't that the best relationship? If you can't talk shit to somebody, then it's
We're
not
not
a
friends.
relationship. Yeah, dude. It's like because you're breaking down a barrier that's like, if I can only be nice to you the entire time, how the fuck
Yeah.
are we gonna make it, bro? There's no way
I
we're
don't
gonna
think
make
that
it.
it's worth a fuck of a relationship if you can't talk your shit. If I can't sit here and be like, fuck you, idiot. Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
more like on the face of things, but like being able to break a joke down and like have something with your friend.
Well, see,
Make
the
that
Or
shit
just say,
laugh.
hey, you're fucking up, you know?
The like parentheses around the event is that like you're not gonna step over bounds that you shouldn't step over with people that you love. So I'm going to get on your ass and push your buttons in the places I know I can push them, but I would never say something that I know that would actually hurt you.
Of course.
So like that there is those like boundaries where it's like I might say something that sounds like brash or abrasive, or it might come off crazy, but like I would never try to hurt you. So there's that like boundary that people have with one another.
I want to say just an example of that. I have a really good friend. His name's Brandon West. Dude. So like we've known
Shout
each
out
other.
Brandon
My
West.
boy, he's about to have a kid, man. You know his
Father Brandon West.
Yeah, fucking Father B, dude. His name.
Priest West.
His name on my
Father
phone.
B,
Yeah, his
dude.
name on my phone is literally just B because he's like the first B name person that I need to worry about. Like that's the reason why.
You know it
Yeah, I
is,
was like B. That's
He
it.
said, "Fuck my scrolling through my contact
Yeah.
list." He's right there at
Dude,
the top.
fuck Bernard, fuck fucking Brian, all these people. I want B. So
He's the first and
one of the best things he ever hit me with, and like this is how I knew like our relationship was gonna be the best. And we already at that point, like I knew this was my boy for life, but he hit me with. So I grew up single mother without a father. Cool.
Super
I
cool.
Met his dad, and me and his dad. The first time we ever met, we're at Brewings over by like Molly's, not Clear Lake, but Molly's League City. It's like in
No, I know what you're talking about.
That
By the fucking Crunch Fitness.
Yes.
now?
So
Yeah.
so like we're kicking it, we're fucking hanging out, we're fucking talking our shit, and one of my buddies had asked him, I was like, hey man, he's getting along with your dad really well, like that's fucking cool. And he's like, well yeah, it's because he didn't fucking know his own. I lost my shit with laughter, dude. Like no
Holy
part
fuck.
of me was like, oh man. I was
That's so
like, no,
quick.
that's fucking hilarious.
But like how fast he was with it is also just great.
Quick.
Top
Quick.
tier.
You ever see something where you like kind of like take yourself out of the situation? You're like, nah, that's comedy,
Dude,
right there.
yeah. So like, no part of me was like I didn't break it down to where I was like, man, that's fucked up, man. And then start thinking about all the shit. Like whenever I was a kid, like, oh no, I didn't know my dad. And no, I was like, oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Dude,
like,
there
I
was
make jokes that I
insane,
have a
dude.
dead dad. I don't. It's not.
There was a wait, what?
Yeah, 'cause, like not like my stepdad, but like my biological father's dead. But
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make jokes and people are like, oh, I'm like, shut up.
Dude,
Relax.
then that's what's man.
Shut
I
up.
don't want to
So,
like
look, I
desensitize
remember there was
anybody,
this-
but like I think like if you are the person that is going through the situation and you can laugh about it, no one else can go like, hey man, I don't think you should say that because it's actually fucked up. And it's like, hey, well, my dad's dead.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
you.
why are you sitting here going like,
Right.
I can't talk about it? Like that's
I made the
insane to
joke.
me, man.
Actually, fuck you. So like that's.
That shit was
what?
that shit was hilarious. So that not that shit, but so sorry.
Yeah, your dad dying was
Yeah,
actually
you know what?
pretty funny.
Reverse.
Not that shit. But to relate what you're talking about is like the moment where you like kind of see the situation from outside looking in, you're like, damn, this shit's fucking hilarious. Like, there's no way that shit was just said. But there was a moment where we were at Reno's one time, and our buddy Robbie was telling us about his tattoo, that like he got this tattoo after one of his friends had committed suicide, and that like it meant something to him. And one of our friends who was drunk as shit, I'm not gonna say her name because she's not gonna paint the best light on her right now. But honestly, I'm probably going to paint the best light on her because she was like, he said, I got this tattoo because he had the same thing on his arm and like was pointing down like at his arm. And she was like, oh yeah, did you like rip it off his body and put it on yours? And bro, like I'm talking about straight up, bro, just like kind of broke down, silent, got up from the table and walked away. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, blank, because I'm not gonna say her name. I was like, That's fucking hilarious.
Because he was serious. but-
Probably not the person you should have said that to, but you might have an act that you could build here. If that's in you,
Yeah.
there's a comedian somewhere in there.
So that's like also the whole thing with like comedy and everything is being able to write the light of situations, but it's like finding how it works. That's why people freak out of like, you can't joke about that. Like, I mean, there's literally like people that are like, you can't joke about cancer. That's very fucked up. It's a real situation in this world. I'm like, yo, my grandmother has cancer, and anytime I hear a good cancer joke, I laugh, dude.
hilarious.
No, one of
Like,
our
God
friends.
forbid, man, but I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, one of our friends, her grandma has cancer. But
Yeah, my grandma had
Yeah,
breast
it's literally
cancer.
us. Like,
right,
our
but
weird
and
grandmother.
like she was like, honestly, like the way that we get through it together is like her grandma will crack jokes and how they. So it's like when people are like, you can't joke about that. It's like, yeah, I can. You can't joke about that. I
Yeah,
can do it.
no, I think anyone can as long as it's at a point funny. Like, I mean, don't say something
That's
and be
the
like,
thing.
your grandmother has cancer, she's gonna die. Like, oh, well, that's not fucking funny.
I mean, it could be in
There's-
the right
You
context.
know, but like,
It
yeah,
could
It's a
be.
horrible,
So, like,
horrible punchline.
yeah.
You gotta really just be selling it
Like,
there.
and I know
Maybe
there's-
there's a voice that you're
I'm
doing.
playing on the line of like, there's a comedian somewhere that has a joke literally about that of like, if you make a joke about cancer that's funny, it's gonna be funny. You can't fucking sit here and be like, cancer's not jokeable. Like, anything is jokeable. And I
Exactly.
I wish I could give credit to whoever the comedian is, but I don't remember. So like, I mean, I've always ran that like with that whole mentality for anything. So like, my grandmother will make terrible jokes and it's not funny, but like hearing it from her, and whenever she's like, well, you never know, I might not be here tomorrow, and the rest of the family's like, don't say that, and I'm like, no, that was grandma, that was good, you know, dap me up. Like, yeah, you're killing it, man. We got open
See,
mic on
so-
Tuesday every night.
Let's go.
My pops is kind of like that. So he kind of says some wild shit whenever we're in public, and I'm like, it like half. There's a halfway. I'm like half embarrassed. Like, damn, my pops is like out here wilding right now. But also the other half, I'm like, damn, I'm very proud of this man.
Yeah.
He's very very willing to just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just say the wildest shit possible. And I don't give a fuck who I'm saying
I
it
think
to
it's
or
taking a
who's
shot.
around to
I
hear
mean, you
it.
have to do.
I'm going for
you have
it.
to do also take a shot at. I mean,
I'm in my
anything.
70s. Fuck you. Whatever you say. What are you gonna tell me? I'm near the end here.
It's
at
the
this
best thing
point.
of like, dude. I just told this to someone last night. I don't know why this got brought up. We were talking about old age. Somebody had said something, and they were like, "Well, he made it to 80 something," and that was well amount of years lived, dude. And I was like, you know, I think for me, 70, 75 years old, I'm fucking off on everything. Like, there's no more caring, you know. I'm gonna do heroin. Like, I was like, and as soon as I said that, they were like, you shouldn't do heroin, and I was like, okay. Like, this
It went
is
over
if
your
I
head.
even make it to 75. This is like, I've
Dude,
like
I'm
treated my body
realistically
not
w-
like a temple. Like, you know what I mean?
My dad turned 70 in August. I'm
Jesus.
realistically
You the
waiting.
youngest?
Yeah. No.
Not by much.
Actually, of his, yes.
What does that mean?
So there's like a lot of subsets of our family. So basically, I'm the youngest of his, but I have a niece that's older than me.
And we'll be right
sister.
back.
And we'll be right back. So,
Explain
no.
this off air. No, what?
So, but what I'm saying is that like he's about to turn 70,
Okay.
and I'm literally waiting for the text.
Okay.
Of like, all right, guys, I've moved to Thailand.
But hold on. So, the youngest of his. What
Of
do you mean by
his.
that?
Oh, honestly, I'm not even the youngest of his, because theoretically, he's not even my biological father. I don't know my biological father.
Oh, well, fucking.
But my half brother, who is basically my full brother. So all right,
You know it. So
Story
You know
time.
his brother.
story
The
time.
one you probably know as his brother is his
Jacob,
half
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's technically my.
I'll be honest,
half-brother.
it did not make sense that he was closer to my skin tone and not yours. I was like, we
But
could be brothers.
I've had-
Don't know
I've
about
had
y'all.
I've had
That's fair.
50% of people tell me you guys look just alike, and 50% of people agree with me that we look almost nothing alike.
I'll give
But-
y'all
Somewhere in
this. I'll
between.
give y'all this. Face shape.
It's
If
the
you-
it's the nose, the ears, and like the cheekbones.
I'm saying face
That's
shape.
it.
I'm like, if I looked at you for 5 seconds and then closed my eyes and tried to draw you, I think I could get your.
That's a good way to
yeah.
put it. Holy shit.
So look, story time, secret time, really. It's like, I don't know
Damn.
if I've said this on the podcast.
The
but,
bad astronaut beers brought out the fucking secret.
No, it's not even really a secret, but it's just I don't
Secret
think we've
time.
said it on the pod. But my biological father, I don't know at all. My brother's father, Jacob's father, raised me, and that's who I call dad. That's who I would say who my father is.
He a
because
dark skinned Mexican man.
He is a
He's like your
me-
skin tone.
No, he's probably like
Lighter?
one shade darker than you. I
Think
would say
so? About
I would
roughly.
say so. On like a bad day, like probably like one shade darker than you, because you're probably Jacob's skin color into that degree, like that, like olive skin.
Oh, I'm
almost
off season. Like, bro, like.
off season.
See this- well, I'm saying I'm off season. Like, you see the difference of this color?
I do.
So, like, this is how dark I used.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is my brother.
I'm off
You're
season.
probably
I'm
like.
off That's crazy. No, that is crazy.
Yeah,
though.
That is a crazy farmer stand. That's
yeah,
crazy
it's
shit.
crazy different.
But so no. But that's what I'm saying. Like you are probably around like my brother's like skin tone. My dad
Yeah.
is like
Nah, I think your
slightly
brother's
darker.
Slightly.
Well, my dad is slightly darker than both. Is what I'm
Do
saying.
they do
Okay.
outside activities?
My dad he ran 10 marathons before he had to have both of his knees and have multiple surgeries. And then he's done a lot of swimming and a lot of other shit outdoor. Yeah,
So he doesn't do outdoor
he
activities.
does.
Did.
Not anymore. He did a long time ago. While ago.
R.I.P. outdoor activities.
I mean, it's not that he doesn't want to. It's more that like his body is kind of gotten to that point where he can't. He does
How
swimming
old
a
is
lot.
he? You said 70?
69.
Fuck.
He's 69. He's going on 70 this year.
Anyway.
yeah.
Great year.
That's what I was thinking. yeah, 60.
Great year, dude.
Prime of his life, right?
Damn.
I think that's the age where you're just like,
That's
I'm in the
fucking
last.
wild.
But
run
that's
of my
my
life.
pops. But he's not my biological father.
But
That's
you
my-
don't see
but
him
that's
as
my
anything
dad.
else. Like,
That's
I
my
mean, that's
dad.
your
like,
fucking.
Like if you had me like in my like most like girly state, that's my daddy like type shit. Like that's my pops type shit. Like I would
Mhm.
like do anything for this man, because honestly, like if you really look at it, it's really crazy how this person had no reason to raise me,
Yeah.
but did because he was my brother's father and didn't want. I don't know if it's because he didn't want my brother to be raised without his brother like in that connection, or like I couldn't even really tell you what the true intent behind it was. But on a realistic level, you have no reason to raise a child and you still do. It's like that there's a level of like respect that I have for that person that I could never really have for a lot of other people.
You
type
saying
shit.
all this and us talking about it, you kind of look like you could be Paul Wall's kid.
I don't know. So
Kind
no,
of.
no,
I can see that. I can
no,
see
no,
it.
no. I know who my biological father
It's
is.
Paul Wall.
I just don't know him.
Is his name?
Paul Wall.
I know it's
Paul.
not Paul Wall.
It's Paul Wall.
It's not Paul
Paul
or
Wall.
Paul
No, it's
Wall.
Fact
not
check
Paul.
if Paul Wall's name is actually Paul, last name Wall.
It's
So what if is it Josh Wall?
Yo, I'm just saying, could you be a?
I know it's not, but I also have like so when I say I don't know the man, I have met the man. I just don't know the man.
Paul Wall?
I've met Paul Wall.
Have you ever seen them in the same room?
He
is all I'm
didn't.
saying.
He didn't fit my grill the first time, but maybe if.
But did he look at you like a double turn where he was like, "Hey, it's real good to me"?
I have never been told that I look like Paul Wall before, but I will take that on the chin.
That is funny. That's funny.
Also, if it gets me a grill, Paul
No,
Wall, talk to me.
what you should have said was, "I'll take it to the grill," dude. Fucking facts. Crazy. Shit, man. Let me circle back. Fuck, 'cause we
Circle
talked about
fucking
it
back, dude.
outside, and then we did touch base on it earlier.
It's a little more than the mic, but yeah.
Fucking the racing thing, man. Dude.
Speed racer.
Yeah, I mean, basically, which
Yeah, he's a Milt Hirsch. He's against the whole world, and he's the racer of them all. Speed Racer was a great movie, by the way. Like everyone who said it was
Y'all
trash.
gotta
The
watch
newer
it again if you
one? I
didn't like
see
it.
The-
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't like new. It was like
It was kind of new. I mean, relatively.
2009 maybe.
Well, Speed Racer came out
No, I think it was 2015.
before the 2000s.
The newer one.
So then
newer
the
one.
newer one would be.
Yeah.
I
This
thought it
was
was
closer.
2015.
Emil Hirsch.
Or sooner than 2009.
Was that y'all's
way
graduating year,
before.
2015?
Yeah.
That was our
It was way
graduating
before
year.
then, dude. Let's look.
I got you. I can look it up. Speed Racer, go! 2008. You're
I was,
right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I was way off.
Close.
Damn.
I was close.
Damn,
I said
I was-
2009.
I was wrong like a bitch. Wrong like a
I knew it was
stupid
around
bitch.
sometime around there. Dude, those I mean, that time period was just producing like movies that were like actually creative, and we hit the bubble where it's now. It's like, hey, you want to see a remake of a movie no one gives a fuck about? We're like no, and like, well, that's too
We
bad.
hit the simulation.
We're there. All right, so you're saying go circling back to the racing.
Yeah. So okay, with man, we were talking about racing and like the way that like getting into things like that, it's easy to like put your toes into it. There's small time races where like we're gonna host a race. Okay, just gonna do a couple circle. It's not always sanctioned, so sometimes you have like a guy at a corner trying to tell a car to stop. Like,
It's awesome.
hey, hold on.
I
There's
love that.
guys doing this, and you're like, well, fuck. And then there's certain sanctioned races where like you're in a track and they actually have permits to shut down the city or whatever that shit is for. Like the one in Berlin and all that stuff like that. They literally shut. Like we're on the Autobahn for a little bit. The one in Berlin. I have teammates that did it last year. I didn't get to do it. Legal reasons, I wasn't able to leave.
But you'll be
I
there
wasn't
this year.
able to
You'll be
leave
there this
the-
year. You'll be
I
there.
wasn't even able to leave the county. Like
Damn.
that shit. I'm so mad that I missed out on a lot of those things.
Okay, though, you got time.
Dude, I mean, I have so much time. There's even people that are like, "You're out of your prime for racing," and I'm like, "Dude, I just got started. Y'all are insane to
Yeah,
think
what
that
the
like,
fuck?
dude, I'm only hitting."
There's 40-year-olds racing.
Well, yeah, but like, so like with fixed gear, like this shit is so much harder on your knees. Like you have a certain point is gonna start blowing your knees out, and for me, yeah, I can understand where it's like that, but like, my muscles have never been this strong. Like, let them know. But like, you know, I've never had like this opportunity to be like where
Keep
I'm
it
at
tight.
now, and like I think like fuck, man, I'm only gonna keep running it up. So like, things like that, like you just sign up. They don't necessarily have like a cap of like. I think the one in Berlin, like you do have to get approved to do it. If I'm not wrong, it's sponsored by Rad Race, is what they're called, and
Rad RAD.
RACE, and they also do, which is
I don't know
so
why I said
sick, dude.
RAD, RAC.
Dude, fucking
I'm
sorry.
sorry. That's
Um,
good.
Just make sure you know how to spell the rest of it. No, so like, dude, they also do they do multiple races throughout the year, and one of them is like the indoor go-kart tracks. They would
Yeah, I love that.
shut those down to race these bikes, brakeless bikes, in this shit.
And those are kind of tight
Fuck
though
yeah.
for like
Dude,
racing.
people are eating
I was thinking, I'm like,
shit. One of my teammates and my boss, they were both like, "You would kill that," and I was like, "Fuck, I would.
He
I
said,
would
"Fuck
kill
that."
myself. Like, I'm definitely
You ever
gonna
did
run
it
into
in-
somebody."
I would
those things are like
definitely
doing this
die.
shit.
Which I think like
gotta-
I like playing in traffic. I like running. Like my mom would be very upset.
You
I
like playing in
Yes,
traffic.
100.
Can I tell a
Fuck
fucked
yeah.
up joke real quick? This is
You
it.
can tell
sorry
as much of a fucked up joke.
If
as
y'all
you
think this is
please.
fucked up, I do apologize partially because I also partially think
I
it's
feel like that's not an apology.
so. Like there's like when I was in high school, right? Whenever I was in band, I was in drumline. Like a lot of the joke we would always make is like someone says something stupid like go run in traffic, or like someone would roast you like I'm just gonna go run in traffic real quick, right? As a joke. And then there was like a point where someone in school got bullied, right? And then that dude went and ran in traffic.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then we were
story.
just like the next time someone did it, was like I'm gonna go run in traffic, and everyone's just like everyone's like everyone goes quiet, and then you're like what? And then was like
The worst thing is that now I'm gonna start telling my friends that for the next like month or two. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be
Hey, I'm
like,
just gonna go run in
yeah,
traffic.
that was
real quick.
ass. Go play in
I
traffic,
mean-
kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm over it.
There was definitely a moment freshman year where I fucking there was a thing where we would tell people like I don't know how it started, but people would start saying like you're a this with this type of like disease or fucking disability or something. So like it would typically start with the same first letter. So like say if you had like the letter D, then people would be like, you look like a dragon with Down syndrome type shit. So look, people would do like that. I don't know how that like trend started, but people
kids
would
are
do
great.
something like
the
that.
craziest one. I remember hearing this. Fuck playing football. I hate football, but I played football in like 7th, 8th, freshman, and sophomore year until my coach finally was like, "You're running track. This shit is not for you." And I was like, "Thank
I
God."
remember you did that. I
You did
forgot.
run cross country,
Dude,
right?
I was a badass. Dude, I was running I might be fucking this up. 4:55 mile time, if not a 5 flat mile time. I was a killer in the streets, baby, and on the track. But
They couldn't catch
fuck
you.
no. But also wasn't killing it, dude. People were way better than me. Like if
Dude,
I
my
say
girlfriend's
this, like,
brother just broke 4-minute mile.
see what I'm fucking like? People are
He
like
just broke a 4-minute mile.
insane.
It's crazy.
But I remember like this dude I played 8th grade football with. He told this kid, I forgot what it was, but like he got mad because he hit him, I guess, too hard or whatever, and he was like,
Football?
"Yeah," and like he was like,
Like in
he was
practice
like, "Man,
type shit.
fuck you, that was fucked up." And that dude goes, "Shut the fuck up, you regurgitating cum bubble." And like for some reason, that's maybe not the most hilarious thing you've ever heard.
No, at that age, that's the most hilarious
but
thing
yes,
of all.
at
Damn,
that
dude,
age,
don't
I
give
was
a
like,
fuck.
"Oh my god!" And you just
Where did
think
that
of,
come
like,
from?
The bubble.
Bubbles regurgitating.
And I was like, man, this is quite
Guy's a
possibly the
genius.
most like perfect thing I've ever heard.
I don't know where you got that from, buddy, but you might be onto something
Yeah.
here. You should take this act on the road.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wait.
So I need to
Go back to
fucking
the
leaving everywhere.
racing,
You see
though.
these fucking beers that are getting us everywhere.
My guy's fucking crushing it,
Man,
literally.
Yeah,
But anyways, going
back,
back. So
No,
you're
no, no, no. I think 3 of those are mine. Wait, 2, at least 2.
yeah, 4 of those are yours.
holy shit.
5 of those are yours. I think
Yeah,
you're
I
only
think-
1 beer ahead
I
of me.
think this one and these 2 are mine.
Oh fuck. Okay, thank
then
you
I've got this
because
one.
you did get me worried. I was like, oh
Yeah,
man.
you're on your 5th beer. I'm on my 4th.
Okay, that's fine.
I was
That's
sitting there
not
too.
bad.
I was like, damn. I was like, damn, you're like.
No, no, no. We're making it.
Okay.
We're tag teaming this tower.
Okay,
You would
cool.
know. I feel like you would have felt
Cool.
the 8th beer at this point.
I don't
but-
know, man. I mean, I work at a brewery, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
That's fair.
He
been-
said,
beers.
"Shit, time flies, brother."
No, what I wanted to really bring up, because we had talked about it earlier too, man. Dude, with like racing and everything, and like those long distance like rides that I do, MS 150, doing all that, you raise money for it, so everybody has to raise at least $400 to do this ride, which is honestly fairly easy.
To raise it?
Yeah, like I mean, it's you know, I mean, you have to sometimes support yourself, and $500 you have to put in, or no, sorry, $50 like on your own you have to support.
That's
Not too bad. But like other than that, like you just tell people like, hey, I need to raise this money. Start gifting it shit to you. And they also do a thing where like I think they'll like, oh, this weekend we're doubling. So anybody that gives you anything, we're doubling the price of whatever they gave you. Easy to raise 400 fucking ride. And it's for a good thing. It's for I'm gonna butcher the name of this. Multiple sclerosis? Hope
Multiple sclerosis, yeah.
I said that right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Is a thing. Multiple
know
I don't
it
know if that's
is.
the specific one, but
That's
yeah,
what
multiple
this is for.
sclerosis.
It's for the MSSI. It's for that.
Yeah.
And so it's 185-ish miles within 2 days. So like rides like that, especially long rides, racing and everything else, man. And I think this is gonna bring us onto a whole nother topic. Is like
I hope so.
racing and all that stuff like that, man. I'm a really big fanatic of being a fungi promoter for that.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I consistently microdose for racing. Like even if it's a short race, which a short race for some of us is like 15, which a lot of races that happen for us is they do this thing where it's not a distance. It's a, you know, we'll section off a little bit and they'll go, you have to ride for, let's just say 30 minutes plus 5 laps.
Okay.
So however far y'all get on the track, and then after that they ring a bell and they go 5 laps left. And now you're like, all right, burn for these 5 laps. Dude, I'm taking, usually for like those more quicker races, I'm taking a little bit more, so maybe, but not like a lot, man. I'm taking maybe a microdose of like a gram to 2 grams of like mushrooms.
That's a microdose.
And then so like with yeah, right? It is?
No. Yeah, it's not. I was like, no, it's not.
People microdose with like 0.1 to 0.2,
Okay, well,
maybe
so
0.3.
well, okay, so like those longer rides that I do, I'll take
Yeah.
like a quarter to a half a gram every 20 miles. So that's
Sir?
every like hour.
I'm with you.
That's fair. Okay, it's
sir.
microdosing to like as the time
See,
goes.
with those
that makes
races though, it's like I'm only
Oh,
gonna
so you're rationing out
with
a gram
longer
or 2
rides,
grams.
yes. So like with like
Okay.
100 mile, if
That's
I'm gonna do
different.
100 miles in one day, every
I
20
thought
miles.
you were like taking a gram of mushrooms and be like, wow, what a microdose. Let me jump on this ride. It's like,
Well,
yeah.
how potent are these
That is
mushrooms?
what I'm doing.
no. Wait, for real?
For like a
That's-
race,
no,
if
okay,
I'm doing
so
a race,
no.
let's say like
A gram at one
let's
time.
say the 30 minutes to let's say 30 minutes plus 5 laps, that's gonna take us about 45 minutes total. I'm gonna take about a gram to 2 grams.
Wait, throughout? Or are we
No,
talking about
I'm
all at
taking
once?
it before, and then I'm chugging a fucking energy drink.
So
That's-
we're on the same page then, because so that what you're talking about is like
Is that not a
that's-
microdose?
That's a macro dose for a lot of people.
No.
I
How
have-
potent
I-
are these
so-
mushrooms? Because
so
those
look,
could
so
be
look.
a.
I am an experienced stripper, so
Are
I'm
you?
with you. I am with you on how that is definitely not a macro dose to experienced strippers. But if someone has not tried mushrooms before,
Well, that's a
2
lot
grams,
different.
2 grams is not a micro dose. It by
1 gram?
any, even 1 gram
Really?
is like
A
it-
microdose
if
is
you've
0.2.
never tried mushrooms before, 1 gram is
Okay.
definitely not a microdose.
When people refer to a microdose, it's 0.15 to 0.2.
Oh, fuck.
because a microdose is theoretically supposed to be something that you can like barely feel.
Max
like, if
0.3.
you can feel it, it might be too much.
If you're going over 0.3, then
it's
you're
supposed to be
pushing.
just something that's almost like a mood adjuster, like a day changer type of thing, but it doesn't it's not realistically something that you like.
You're locked in
feel.
though. You're locked in.
Yeah. You're like,
You're
damn,
locked
bro,
in.
I'm going 40
Oh,
miles per
man,
hour on a
wow, I
bike.
didn't-
Like,
okay.
Damn, this breeze, the
Oh,
fucking.
well,
the
fuck.
day is hugging me.
it feels like clothes without clothes.
No.
Bro, that shit makes so much more sense now.
Well, you know what?
It's so
Bro,
beautiful.
It's like I'm not. It's like I'm floating on air.
Well, so like taking that amount and then like going to race is like, you know, like whenever you take mushrooms, like you want to do things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I want to go out. I want to fucking explore. I want to do some shit. So it's like hopping on a bike. You're like amped, and then I like just chugging a fucking Celsius after that.
So
That's
I'm-
insane.
Dude.
Honestly, the shoots part's not. That I can
You're
understand.
just like,
the Celsius
oh,
right after
yeah.
is wild. The Celsius is what gets.
No, but it
That's
helps.
so-
Like, I
so
mean, it brings so much. Instead of taking like pre-workout and feeling like you want to fucking strangle somebody, you're like,
That's
I
true,
just
though,
want to
yeah.
grab, and like you're just gripping the bars. You're like,
I'm kind of with you, but also I'm very much just like not allowing you to think that 2 grams is a microdose.
I've
Just,
always
like,
looked at under
so
an
be like,
eighth.
Oh yeah, 2 grams.
An
Just like-
eighth is still
Under,
like that's
no,
like
under an eighth is a microdose.
I'm with you. I love that mentality.
No. I don't. No, I'll say under. No. I'll say under a gram. A gram and under is a microdose.
Yes.
I'll go with
Yes,
that. I can
yes.
agree
We
with
can
that. But
comfortably
like,
sit at
under an
that?
eighth is insane because an eighth.
Oh my god.
An
Nah,
eighth
dude,
is
nah,
like-
dude, it's 3.2 grams. It's a fucking microdose.
But you
There's
know what?
people
but,
seeing God on an
but
eighth.
you know,
first
no,
of all,
okay. So you guys.
not you, but there's people out there seeing
Well,
a God
I've
on
got
an
to
eighth.
9.5. I've gotten to 9 grams.
I've done 5.5. That was my
Yeah.
limit.
Around 5 to
I've
6
done
is the most
9,
I've ever done.
9 to 9.5 grams.
I've
before.
gone deeper on acid than I have on sugar.
I've
I've
gone
done 6
deeper in
grams.
mushrooms. I actually, man, dude, I might follow you on that in a little bit. But
I was gonna need another 30-minute piss break.
I don't want to. We'll
We
we'll
can.
continue to finish this part out.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
Fuck, if you want to take a little piss break and then we'll get into this.
If you want to
fucking-
take a piss break, if you need a piss,
I
we
do,
can
I
take
do.
a piss break. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Dude, this is burps, peas. This is
Burps in the
hella burps
fucking-
and peas.
Please, dude.
You know what's so funny? So like that clap thing, like coming back into the podcast is this, like with skateboarding, there was old like VH VH like old like cameras that have that really sick style that look to it. That when run back over the. There's no way to be like turning on off to know whenever you're wanting to like. You put your hand. How you know that's how the clip. That's how the clip started, and that's the clip you want to come back to. Like like there was no
That's
way to
crazy, I
like,
didn't know.
like I'm probably fucking that all up, but like the way like putting that hand on the clip is like if you go back on the clip, you're like, oh, you see the hand in the front of that? That was the make. That's how you know the homie hit that fucking like kickflip back crook, or like that's how the homie fucking hit that frontside flip on the stair. Like
You might want to replay if
Yeah.
you didn't see it already.
yeah,
type
so like
shit.
yeah, the hands in front of it. Oh, we got to run that shit back. That was the make.
That was what they were looking for.
So-
You know what's crazy is my TL a lot now is starting to become more skateboarding, and I'm so here for it. I don't know where it popped up, like out of nowhere, just
Well,
like started
skateboarding's
popping.
been blowing up in its own too. I mean,
But skateboarding's all. I feel like skateboarding. Like the thing is, you have to realize, is skateboarding's always been like an underground thing, but low key always been
became
the culture.
It became a fashion thing a lot more recently too. Where I mean, a lot of people were like, "I want that grungier look," and like, even within skateboarding, it became this whole thing where like people are like, I want to look like as if I skateboard." I mean, I remember my homies that were like, they would buy and resell like clothes and shoes, and then you'd be able to figure out like pre-skated shoes sold for $250, and you're like, what the?
Okay, that's weird.
You'd be able to find like. Take my shoe off fast enough. This shoe, 60, 80 bucks, whatever. And then you find it and it's like torn the fuck up and it's got rips on the side, but it's still intact on the bottom. $200.
Really good.
What?
It's a really good deal.
Okay, so
But skate culture's always been impactful. I feel like the baggy pants, the baggy shirt. You know, even when skinny
well, that's
jeans.
like
and,
Tom
like,
Penny. Like you're talking about like older shit, like Tom Penny and I mean fucking Kareem Campbell and things like that. Like that was like that hood ass like fucking New York culture of like, dude. I remember like, you know, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and you can have like the secret films, and you'd watch all that shit, and then you'd be able to see the baggy shit and watch these motherfuckers like hitting tricks in the baggy clothes, and that was cool. And then it hit the punk side where it was like, I remember there was like a huge video. If anybody was a real skater, you saw this video where it was like punks versus gangsters or whatever the fuck it was.
classic, yeah.
And then you'd be able to watch that and then be able to see like I said, like Kareem Campbell, and then you know you see these other skaters like Dustin Dollin or something, and like that was the guy that was in skinny jeans getting drunk, you know, PD, piss drunk shit, and like
That-
fucking doing all that stuff.
That's classic Thrasher, just getting pissed
Yeah.
drunk and just
Dude,
fucking hit.
fuck
Like
yeah.
the old Thrasher videos and shit, just
Well,
getting
that's
drunk
what
as fucking the
they
motherfuckers
just celebrated. Oh man, I don't want to butcher this either. It was like 20 years, I think now. Maybe 30 years. I think it's 20 years of PD. Like literally, PD was a thing like that they started where it was
Police department.
The piss drunk?
Jesus Christ.
Is it
Yes,
piss drunk?
it's piss drunk. Fucking opposite of the fucking police department. But PD, and they like
PD.
they if you look it up, the symbol like literally is like P and the D like would like synchronize like 69. Like you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude.
And so like PD and like it was just like skaters getting fucked up, and like Dustin Dollin ran that shit up of like he has a famous video where he's at a bar, and there's right outside of this bar there's this long fucking down rail, and he's over here at this bar and this guy's talking to him, and Dustin Dollin's getting trashed. I mean literally like every time he's trying to skate this rail and he's trying to do like I don't want to fuck up the trick, but maybe a crook down it, and like he's trying to fuck it, like he's just trying to hit this rail, and he's like, I'll buy you a shot every time you do it, and like he's like taking a shot every time before it, getting fucking drunk. Finally lands it, and it's like right outside the bar where they have the video where he's like in the bar and he's like takes a shot and he's like, and then he runs out of the bar and goes and hits the rail. Beautiful.
That's
What the
gotta be one of the
fuck?
crazy.
Yeah,
how-
Dustin Dollin bar rail. I'm sure like that would be something
You
to
can pull
find.
up and play that shit. Crazy.
Dude, that's such like a big thing too where
Dustin, how you spell his last name?
Dollin. Dude, that video like
Dollin.
sent me like whenever I was like starting to skate.
Bar rail?
Yeah, try that and just see if that.
Is this his first one? Wait, you can't see that. Put it.
Clips might be in. I don't know. Oh, the second one looks like it's it. I mean, that's super far. But it does look
Fuck,
like it's
dude.
dark.
Try the second one. We're just super on here.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be this. Or shit.
All right.
That,
Oh fuck!
press the click this. You gotta press the expand.
I could be wrong on this too. On the video, but I mean, dude. Either way, like this guy, like I mean, he grew up. Shit.
Go back to us while we try.
Australian, maybe.
screen.
Like I mean, their culture of like drinking outside of the U.S. is a lot different than like us. And where it's not necessarily the big issue of like you're
Not
just
this one.
drinking, but I mean honestly, him like he was getting fucked up, and it was sick. Like you couldn't tell him that he was fucking up because he was killing it the entire time. He was just like being fucked up, catching clips, fucking skating, dude. Like you know he's shit drunk while doing all this, and that's like.
Dude,
fucking
some of the new
sending
wave
that.
skaters are doing some crazy shit though.
Oh,
Like I'm telling you, that shit I'm seeing on my like TL is
Oh,
crazy.
look right there, that clip. Yeah, look, he's fucking drinking. This is the clip. That's the clip. Holy shit, that's the clip. Look, right there. He just took fucking a drink, runs out of the bar, hits the rail. Eat shit.
Fucking going.
All right.
Let's
Said
take
maybe
another
I'll
one.
take
Fucked
another
up.
drink
Like,
and then
fuck
I'll
it, we'll
maybe
do another
try it
one.
again, dude.
Just out. He's like, fuck.
Oh, let me grab my fucking board again. Oh, I'm like that. Oh, I'm
No,
fucking
here we
like
go.
that.
Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not like that. Oh my god.
Oh fuck! Jesus Christ!
Oh, same drink. And
Well, you got
maybe I'm still not like
This
that.
guy's insane, dude.
Oh my god.
He's just eating shit, and he's drunk, so he probably doesn't give a fuck.
That was this whole thing. It was like he was gonna get drunk.
Hey,
PD,
YouTube,
baby.
don't pull us for playing this. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think we're so far into the podcast where
Yeah, they're not
I think
they're
that
not
there's a
like-
certain point on
No copyright.
the algorithm where like they stop worrying.
We don't own this video.
I think now that I
promise.
said that, they're like, well, we flagged.
Well,
No,
you guys shouldn't have said shit now.
We said out loud, we don't own it.
All right, last drink. This is like attempt number 7 or some shit. Like maybe it's 7,000 depending on the cameraman.
He's wasted.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
That's how fucked up he is.
Oh, gee, are you still watching? Cause I just maybe I might try again.
His voice is always so fucked up. Like, if you would have heard
there's
this.
no way that's a shot. That's like he's taking a swig of it.
No, dude, I could do it.
Hey! Oh, he ate shit. He ate
I'm not
shit.
gonna lie, he hit the ground the hardest on that one. He definitely hit the ground the hardest
Fuck,
on that one.
man.
But he almost had it. He's
But he
super-
got right back up. The alcohol is like running
We gotta
through
skip back.
his
'Cause I feel like
veins.
he fucks up quite a bit. We gotta see him land it, and like I feel like this shit's going off.
You want me to skip ahead
Yeah,
or skip,
skip
back?
ahead. Let's see the
Yeah.
make, dude.
See, he's
Dude,
still,
he's still drinking.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
this
this is
shit's
the
like a
one where he
5-minute.
literally just keeps running it up.
Oh, dude.
Yep,
you got
got
that.
it.
There it
Hey,
is.
we landed it right
Fuck
there.
outta
Let's
here.
go.
You got that one.
My guy got it. Holy
Gets drunk,
fuck.
baby.
Damn, 3.5 minutes in. That's a long time. I feel like to keep trying and drinking. Holy shit.
No,
Hold
all
up.
right. We're gonna. I remember talking about fucking.
We could go back.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Talking about.
We're back.
Damn.
Go, switch
We were
camera
talking about
angles. Fuck it.
mushrooms. We were talking about really good things.
The who?
Really good things in this
Yeah.
world. I think. Man, it's really hard to talk to a lot of people about this. I recently started talking to my mom about it. I'm very open with
Dude, same. And I really
Yeah.
recommend it to people. It's just like
My
I
own
do
mother,
recommend. I recommend going on psychedelic journeys. I also recommend explaining your journeys with your.
Oh, you talking
family.
about explaining your journey to your
Yeah.
mom?
Yeah,
sick.
I've done the same.
So like my
I
mom,
recommend it.
like dude, she's the light of my life, dude. My mother is like really cool. Single mother brought me up and to be the person that I am now, which you know I'm not perfect and I don't blame that on her at all. I think the things that have been really great about my life are because of my mother. Like she has done a lot for me, and of course I have way other people in my life that have definitely molded me to be a great person. But I think my mom had one of the heaviest parts of that, and I think being able to feel comfortable like talking to my mom about like my drug use, like I've told her a lot about the drug use that I've had in the previous times where it wasn't the good drugs that I take now that I like to say. Yeah, I will say, like, you know, like mushrooms and like hallucinogens and everything like that are a lot better of like the better side of like the drugs, I guess.
Mom, it comes
Do you know
from
they
the
have shroom
ground.
drops? Have y'all seen the shroom
Yeah.
drops? I never back on
Yeah.
it. They have shroom drops now. Like
Well,
it's
they
like
have
Adderall.
fucking DMT carts, like which I would never do. But I mean, because that
It's
sounds
crazy.
insane.
But I was saying it's
I've
legal.
done
The,
them-
the
I've
shroom
done
drops
the
are
DMT.
legal.
I've done the DMT cards. It's not what
It's
you
not.
think. It's not.
It's
It
like
doesn't-
microdosing.
It's
I haven't
It's
done
like microdosing,
I've
but
done a shroom cart.
I would
That's crazy.
argue that DMT carts are like maybe I just haven't had a good enough one, but the many ones that I have tried were very much like mid. It's just like there is a feeling of euphoria, but it's very much a microdose, and it's very much not really like
Well, if you've
When I say
ever, if
shroom-
mood.
you've
It's
ever,
not even mood changing.
if you've
of any
ever done
kind.
anything like DMT, then you'll realize that there's nothing that actually compares to it.
There is no microdosing.
haven't yet.
That
I want to.
thing.
Neither have I.
I haven't freebased it or actually
I don't
like
think you've actually ever done it then.
I haven't broken
So-
through, but that's what I'm saying. I've
So
done
neither
a
have
bunch of
I,
the
but
cards.
what
So
I
that's what I'm
realized
saying.
from a lot of it, dude, I've had conversations with people and I've talked to them about it, and I've talked to people that have done it,
Exactly.
and they've been like, "When did you do it?" And I was like, "I haven't. I just know." And like, what a lot of this situation is, and I want people to know that like, I'm not saying that like I know everything, but fuck, dude, this is a really good reset for yourself to realize like, where do you want to go? You know what I mean? Like that's like just the bottom fucking line of like, is this what you really want to do? Is this what you like?
It's very much intention based.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, so what somebody told me about like the DMT cart whenever he gave it to me was like, all right, so you're not really going to feel anything. What you are going to
Bullshit.
be able to do is close
I'm
your
sorry that
eyes.
you even had to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you though. So, but I mean, I've tried the DMT cards in plenty different situations. It's not really like advisable in my
No, I
opinion.
agree.
I'm with
And
you.
so like, I mean, even
But what I'm saying is, what he told me was that like you're not gonna feel nothing. What you are gonna be able to do is you're gonna be able to close your eyes and like whatever you can imagine, you can have like a visual representation of that thing. And he wasn't like incredibly wrong, but I can do that without the
Yeah.
fucking card.
But to be fair, the shroom drops, those are legal. They're saying it's the new Adderall. It's like a mixture
The shroom
of
drops being
or like they're a legal mixture of like legal
Adderall's
mushrooms.
not good either. That is
No.
one chemical away from being fucking meth.
Meth. Yeah, but this is all just natural mushrooms. Like it's reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane. One more.
Well, look, man, I want
And
to.
nootropics. It's all that, but it's like drops.
I want to
You take
say
the
this,
drops,
like
and it like is supposed to help. you
I
focus.
have had my life of doing hallucinogen, like
Yeah.
just drugs in
Yeah,
general.
you were saying you were talking to your mom.
So, yeah, no, even telling my mom about that, like, dude, I got to a point where I microdosed myself up to 9 grams.
That's not a thing.
And-
But okay, I'm with you.
I think it is. So I ate. I
Small
ate
amounts?
small amounts until I hit to
eight's
9
not a
grams.
In one session though.
It was a few hours.
That's the same thing.
So you ate small amounts until you got to the large
So
amount.
what ended up
Okay.
happening for me was that I actually hit a point of living another life. I was staring at a fire and it swirled away. I lived a whole nother life. I know my name started with B. The life that I lived with, I remember my point of me of wearing a green striped shirt. I had a whole family. I ended up fucking passing away, and my wife in that family of whatever it was held my hand as I passed away, and I woke up and I came back to, and the fire unswirled and I was me again. Fucked me up, but it fucked me up in the right way. Where I mean, dude, I've always had such an appreciation for like.
Fucked me up. Dude.
No,
I'm like,
no.
damn, it's just-
Well, it fucked me up in the way of like.
It fucked me up in the right way. I was like, what the
It
fuck
fucked
does
me up in
that
the right
mean?
way of like. I don't. Like it happened so fast of being able to realize that like life can go by so quickly, which is just such a saying that people always love to say is like
True
life
though.
happens quickly. You never know. You need to grasp onto things. But like this actually happened so quickly, and then I came back to, and then I was like, Oh fuck, man. But like the best way to explain it was like all these emotions and feelings that I had were completely like I forgot who I was here, and I was 100% in that, and believing that that was my family. I had a kid, all this stuff. Trying to remember the love and the actual feelings that I had was like trying to catch water in your hands. So like it was just falling through, and I was like, my son, my wife, everything. Like, dude, it fucked me up for a second, and I was like, oh no, like my family's going away in my mind. And then as I'm coming to, I'm realizing who I am. Of like, oh, wait, this is who I am. That wasn't even real. Maybe it was like, you never know how to really like grasp that, but like that happened.
That's where I'm at.
But that legitimately
we're on the same
happened.
page
Though.
here.
You know what I mean? Like I lived that whole life.
Yeah.
And
So I mean, I don't know. I think that there is like this idea that we don't have a tangential connection to a idea of a past life or
Even like,
the
well, what other
wasn't-
dimensions?
it-
Or like, if this is a dream that we're living constantly. Yeah, we don't really have the idea.
I don't know.
behind that.
I've had ideas before of like it, so I had a thought one time that I said out loud and then never was able to like kind of dismiss after that. The idea was is that what if every time you took acid and you went deep and or shrooms and or psychedelics of any kind and you went deep and you were tripping and you knew you were tripping. What if every time you did that you were actually kind of like transitioning into a different dimension, reality, universe, parallel universe, whatever conversation or word you want to put to it. It's like, what if you were actually putting yourself in a different place in time or space in time than you were before?
I'll say this. I definitely want to like disclaimer. I have no fucking way of knowing.
No,
And I mean that's
great.
also the way of like that's
Absolutely.
also the way of like the world in general. Like, you know, I've talked to people of like even religion things, and like, dude, look at me. Do I look like the fucking guy that has the answers to any of this? Like, I'm not the one to fucking
Quantum scientists of the world don't have the answers.
The
to
idea
this.
is nobody has the answers to any of this, but in some of the experiences that people have had, there might be glimpses of what the answers may lead to, type of thing.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like
okay, so like I don't have the answers to it, but I have definitely put myself through the ringer to be able to realize that there's things in my life that I know are right and I know that are wrong. So the thing is like I had this conversation with one of my coworkers recently. He's a very big person in religion. That's fine. Like I'm not the person that's like fuck religion, whatever. Like, no, all these things make great points. All religions have great points. The point for me though is that I just think my own morals are set in stone. So what I tell him is like, dude, I'm cherry picking, which it might be shitty, but I'm cherry picking from every single religion.
I'm with
I
you
think
on
that
that.
like certain points are great and that's awesome, but I'm not gonna subscribe to anything like exclusively.
I'm very much willing to accept a lot of the benefits of certain religions without being willing to take on the things that are clearly wrong with some of them.
Why would you? I mean, why?
I mean,
whenever none of us actually, how do we actually ever know? If
why do you have to why do you have to put yourself into a box? I mean, this is like it's about what you believe, and your life is what you make.
I
it,
die
right?
today, I'll have the answers after that. You
or
guys won't know.
Or none of this is real, and none of it matters anyway.
I don't ever
so
want
it's
to
fine.
discredit anybody. I don't ever want to look at anybody and say your religion is fucking false and is extremely dumb. No, man, that's so fucked up to do to
But
anybody.
as much as they're willing to believe in what they believe in, you should be willing to believe in the things that this person, this person all believe in. And you should be able to collectively extrapolate some of these beliefs and build it upon your own belief system. Why is that wrong? You don't have to go to church every Sunday for you to believe in the things that you believe in and give back to your community. You can if you treat it as a commandment.
I'll say
it's
the
the
but
same-
you don't
I just
have
found
to.
out there's another point of this microphone and that it's the small things in life that really matter.
Oh, that it turns and shit. This man, like, first of all, when he found out there was 4 points of like where you could
Contact.
doom, yeah,
What?
you could
So
fucking.
there's
Man.
2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
6. What the fuck? So look, it's the small things in life that really actually matter, and you are gonna sit here and tell me that the real thing that matters is whatever religion you subscribe to.
Yeah.
I think what matters is how your life really intercepts
Exists.
into your life.
Yeah, I think that
Like
that's
what matters
really
to
important.
me is fucking finding out that there's 5 points of contact onto this fucking microphone
I
and
mean,
living
I would
onto
agree with that.
instead
When
of
you think
going
about-
like, hey man, I need to sit here inside of a church and subscribe to this only.
I'm gonna explain this further because I feel like some people might not grasp that. No offense to you guys, but it's just more so in the sense of
No,
like
super offense.
it's the things within your life. It's the little things that really make life reality. You know what I mean? We all want to look at this bigger picture. We all want to look at these things that like we feel like make our lives whole, but in reality, it's the things that we do every day that really make up our life.
Well, you
It's
know
like
what's
the
insane?
way that the education system is built off of like trying to breed factory workers is the same way that the finance system is built off of an outdated system. Same way that a lot of the issues that we're dealing with in our current society are built off of predicated like things that don't really apply.
Well,
in our
okay, so I'll
current
say
state.
this too, and I brought this up to somebody, and I'm sure someone else has brought this up to someone before. But I think what a lot of people, the reason why that they believe in faiths, especially, is
hope.
It's hope, of course, because we don't know what happens in the afterlife, and I think that it's better to be able to like sit in a comfortable bubble instead
Literally
of
been told that before.
Yeah.
That wouldn't you rather feel that there is something rather than there is nothing, or that the something that there is after is negative rather than is positive?
So you
Wouldn't
know
you
what
rather
the best
believe
the
that
best
the
way
thing
that I
is
talked to
next
someone about
is
it?
something that is positive?
What
That's the idea.
the way that I said it to someone that actually I feel like brought light to someone was like, look, I'm gonna be very brutally honest. Gun to your head, like you're supposed to think of going to heaven as this all immaculate world. Of course you want to be there. That's why you do everything that you do. You want to be there with God. This is the whole reason you're working up for this. Man, this is so brutal too, and I felt very bad bringing this up.
It's
but I wanna
not
say-
that
no,
brutal if
no.
you're willing to hear it. That's the thing.
So, all right,
But
I
yeah, no,
told this
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
gun to your head, what do you want to do? Be alive or go and do what you've been reaching your life to do? And he told me, I want to be here. Man, it doesn't seem like as if you're working so hard to be there, because if that's what you really want to do, you would have just said, you know what, go ahead and put that bullet in my head. I will go ahead and I will be in this immaculate world that I've been ever
but
so
isn't that
faithfully
part of
believing in.
like
If you're so afraid to go to that, it doesn't seem like as if that's something that I want to be.
Why
a
do we
part of.
fight to
Why
live?
are you
But isn't-
fighting to live?
Isn't that part of the complexity though, that like if you have the deciding factor to go there, then you wouldn't go there, type of thing? Like somebody might kill you in action or some shit, but if you
The thing is-
decide
well, the
for
thing
somebody
is
to
that,
kill you,
like-
that it might not result in the same thing. I don't know. I'm asking questions.
Oh, of
'cause, like, I
course.
don't believe in this shit.
Again, and disclaimer, I don't fucking know anything. I'm an idiot that has drank a massive amount of these beers I hear.
Well,
I'm
well,
obviously
to be
not
fair-
the guy to be listening to.
In the Buddhist religion, attachment what keeps
That's kind of what I'm saying.
what's it called?
The enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Yeah, attachment's what keeps you from that. So it's a kind of like, I guess that's why I think a lot of people who do find spirituality linked to is
It's-
because of things like that. It's like
See, that's what I'm saying. Though,
it,
is
it takes a more realistic view to the.
that is another thing that what I agree with you with is there's a lot of different religions that I pull things from that I'm like, this actually like
see,
really applies
That's where I
to
think
things
that you
I
sit
make,
on
that
the
makes
same
sense.
level that I sit on. Where I'm not ever gonna subscribe to anything specifically or exclusively
Because there's also no reason
your
to.
own morality realizes what you think is good. You're not
Right.
like we talked about earlier. You're not gonna sit here and steal from your friend, but you'll steal
Right.
from corporations. You're not gonna
Right.
sit here and be a fucking dickhead to your own
Watch
family.
out, Target.
Yeah. Watch the fuck out, Walmart, Target, fuck it, HEB, Kroger. I'll do it.
Also, I respect AGB for some reason. I
Here,
don't-
everything's
Bro,
not
if you
that
fucking
much
steal
better.
from Walgreens, you're a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm brand loyal. I love Walgreens. Fuck CVS though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but what
dude.
I'm saying is, besides that,
I'm
no.
brand
So like,
loyal.
CVS got good deals on the candy, bro. The candy.
no, I think like so like I mean you can go ahead.
Not just.
I
the
think whenever
funds.
people will
Yeah.
shit on you for being a cherry picker in the way that they say, dude, fuck that. You found your own moral book that you think works. For my moral book, I feel like I don't want to do no wrong to a person.
And that's the thing is that like if you're out there willing to call somebody a cherry picker for believing in something that might not be very much traditional or fall under a certain category, or it's like, what the fuck is that? It's like I'm not allowed to judge you for what you believe in, but you're allowed to judge me for my lack of belief in the thing
Look,
that you believe
I
in.
have very religious friends.
Same thing.
I have
right?
It's like,
very
what are we doing
super
here?
religious friends, and I have a few, just very few of them that are like, "Hey, man, I believe in this, but I don't care what you believe in." And I'm like, "Man, I appreciate you. That's very good." But I have other friends that are like, "I can't believe that you would believe in that. That's very fucked up." And it goes to the point of like, man, I don't want to call any names, but like, definitely, I have people that just because, let's just as an example, I have queer or trans friends. I'm not supposed to have them as friends, and they're not even supposed to even believe into what they want to do, and it's because that's what the Bible believes in. I can't sit there and believe that because the
Right.
morality in myself is if you want to be gay, if you want to, if you feel like as if like you came into this life and you feel like this wasn't your life and you want to be a trans person, I fucking fully support that. I don't give a
Right.
fuck. The point of like people are like, that's the end of days. This is the thing of like,
Isn't that ridiculous though when
Dude,
you hear
like,
that? It's like, bro, there was
the
people
end of
fucking that
days.
used to murder people
yeah,
for nothing.
guys
Like,
wanna
this is the
guys wanna cut their dicks off and blah. I'm like, let them. What the fuck does that have to do with your life?
I'm with you though. That's
I don't
exactly
give
my
a
point.
shit, man.
I've always been a part of like I guess this is where I stand. This is I think people that have been wronged by society, whether it's bullying
It goes
or
beyond that, man.
or even like physical abuse, domestic abuse, like fucking parental abuse because of their sexuality. Like I understand that there is like a level of your sexuality being like attached to your identity, but I think that we have like lost our track as a society where like we have attached our inability to exist without people respecting our entire identity. And that has been
Yeah.
like a thing that like it's like it shouldn't matter whether or not what realistically what my sexuality is. You should be able to respect me as a coworker.
What the
or
fuck
as a
does that
fellow
have to do
human
with
being.
you?
Why does it matter who I want to fuck? It's
Realistically,
not you,
Hey, man.
motherfucker. So can we not respect one another? That I feel like we should be able to respect each other
I
as
want this-
human
you know
beings
what?
before we
I'm about to run
understand
some real shit.
how you want
I
to
want to
fuck
run
one
some real
another.
shit because you know what? This shit's gonna get out, and I'm gonna share this shit with a lot of people, and I don't give a
That's-
fuck, honestly.
Oh, please, yeah.
You know
run
what,
some-
man? A huge thing with me, which I've run up with my girl, I've run up with a lot of my friends, my homegirl Megan. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, he's pointing right at you, bitches.
No, but no, I'm giving them props.
I'm kidding. I'm
Megan,
kidding.
I love you, bro. Like,
No,
come
you're
on.
just shitting on
And my girl, no.
Yeah, you, Megan. I'm talking straight to
Megan,
you.
no, actually, you know what, Megan, you bitch, you better listen.
Yeah, he loves you guys
No,
apparently. All right.
No, dude,
Apparently.
I've had very big supporters, and you know what, man? You guys are definitely gonna hear this too, man. Y'all see me as a man today, but like for real, damn, this is about to be real big that I'm about to be saying. I've been wanting to get into doing drag because the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
of like me being brought up by a single mother and everything of like being brought up by women in my life, I have such a big appreciation for women that I want to sit here and show appreciation for that. There's no point of this of me like wanting to feel like as if I'm less of a man. The fuck? Like you can sit here and
No,
tell me I'm
you
less of
shouldn't.
a man and you can bring that shit out to the street. We can figure
No,
out
but
who's
there's
less of a man.
Right,
what I'm
but there's
saying?
also no need for even going that deep because, like, realistically, anyone that's willing to make a judgment on that is, again, at the end of the day, somebody that's not willing to go that deep on, like, they're not willing to put themselves out
Fuck
there. They're
no.
not willing to do anything that they believe
I
in
want to be
that
a drag
much,
queen
so
mad. And
you're
like,
willing to
wait till
do
y'all-
something
ever been
that
to
you
JR's?
believe in.
Yes, fuck yeah,
JR's?
I have, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
y'all
the drag
this
at
for
JR
real.
is kind of fire.
No, man, I've
Wait,
been
what?
running this shit up.
JR's.
So like my homegirl Megan.
JR's? What's that?
It's a bar in
Yes.
Houston. It's like you Postinos. You know the Postinos we used to
Yeah.
go to, right?
Wait, which one?
In the Heights.
JR's does
okay.
mad karaoke. That shit real.
The karaoke's
Not
crazy.
the Montrose one, the Heights one.
It's the Heights. Yeah, the one, no, it's Montrose. You're right.
It's the Montrose.
It is Montrose.
Okay.
I was
It's over
lying.
there by like
Mon-
Lola's and
yeah.
all that other shit.
No, we're Postinos.
Oh,
is
it's by Lola's?
well,
Right?
Postinos is in Montrose. It's literally you walk across the street.
You guys are
Yes.
confusing me.
No, it's
It's across
Postinos.
from Lola's. No.
Where's is Postina's close to Lola's? Are we saying
Maybe.
the same shit?
They might be. Yeah, we might be saying the
Fucking
same
up.
shit.
Hey, look that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I know for sure. I know. I don't know where Lola's at. I know 100%. It's right across the street from
What's
Postinos.
it
Mad-
called? JR's?
Also, mad. Just I want people to know, man. Look, I am
JR's,
a
yeah.
man sitting here
The
saying
is
this.
it a gay bar?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
It's super chill
Yes.
though. It's honestly super chill. It's a
I want
vibe.
people to know, man. Look, I've hidden this shit for a very long time. I've told people that really do matter to me, but I do want this to be a thing that I'm telling a lot of people. Like, yo, I've wanted to do drag. Like, I don't give a fuck. I've been wanting.
Shouldn't.
I've been wanting to do this shit. I have talked to my mom about it, and I've talked to my cousin, which is like a little sister to me too. Like, yo, I'm not scared. It's not that I'm scared. In the way of like, I don't want people to misjudge me. It's that I've been misjudged before.
We
I've
all
been
have, right?
called very terrible words just for hanging out with people that are in the queer and trans community, and I don't like that shit, man. I'm really coming out here to tell y'all, like, oh, I'm a big advocate for a lot of this shit. Like, I'm mad ready to, like, already I'll throw hands on any of that shit, bro. Like, come on now. And
I'm with you
like,
on
with
that.
bro,
that.
like, there is a MMA fighter that actually already runs. He already runs a drag queen shit. His name's Diego. Fuck, man.
Maradona.
He's
no,
an MMA
sorry.
fighter, but his name's Diego, and he has a whole like, dude, he has a whole thing, man. This dude is badass, and he really ran that shit up for me, like of like making me feel like, yo, I don't like. Why would I ever feel like a like people have called me words because I've gone to drag shows. People have called me very terrible words that I do not want to use on this podcast, of course.
That's crazy because I've been to drag shows too. Like, why would you?
Diego Garrijo.
Is he an MMA fighter with a bunch of tattoos on his neck and shit?
A bare knuckle
Yes,
fighter and
that is
drag
the fucking
queen.
boy. Big fucking shout out to him,
He
bro.
also has wife and kids. It's I don't give
Let
a
me see.
shit what anybody thinks. Oh, it's just like a little square.
That's
yeah,
my
that one.
fucking man, bro. Like, yo, like for
Yeah.
real.
Put it up there. Put it up
Hold
there.
that
let me
shit
pull
up, man,
let me
because
let me pull up the article.
runs
Give
that
me a
shit
second,
up,
give me a
man,
second,
and,
give
like,
me a second, give me a second.
Yes. Look how beautiful that shit is, bro. Like, I want that shit. I want to be able to look. And people are always like, no man should ever try to be like a woman. Like, that shit is insane to me, bro. Like, you can't ever show appreciation to women, like to women.
But
in
it's also
general.
more than that. I think it's just like beauty in general, like being able to feel comfortable in your own skin and be able to be like, I can be beautiful in my own way
If
too.
you
You know,
have these
it's
whole
more than
feelings
just that.
of where like this insults you, shut the fuck up. Like this.
I would agree.
Man, I'm about to get very into this. Like,
No, bro. Don't feel bad. Like I feel the same. I feel the
There's
same.
no
way.
reason to
I was
feel
having a
like
conversation
you
with
need to
him, kind of.
reserve your feelings though, because like at the end of the day, it's like what you're talking to, like who you think you need to be reserving your feelings from is a person that is just hateful in their heart.
I agree, man. But you
And
know
so
what sucks
like
is,
you don't need to reserve yourself.
This
from,
is such
like,
a society
showing-
today where now like having any sort of sympathy even for those type of things is like you're gonna get shut the fuck down. And I hope I do. I've always said
don't
this shit
agree.
where I'm like, cancel me. Because you know
I
what?
don't
If this
agree.
is my reason of like feeling like I am standing on business, cancel
It's
me for
harder-
standing on business. Because I'm gonna
it's
sit here and
harder
stand
to
on business.
It's harder to cancel somebody that's actually standing up for someone that probably, whether or not they need standing up for, it's a community that is being like oppressed to a degree. Like people do look at
Mad
the trans.
oppressed.
People do look at the trans community
Mad.
like you were talking about and like have judgments, and that's an issue that needs to be addressed. And if you're willing to address it, that is more in a way, like it's weird because like when you put the word like heroic around like a certain situation, like you want to think about like a fucking fireman diving through a window or some shit. But realistically, there is a situation when you have the ability to talk about something.
Nah, man.
Like we have the ability right now
This
to
ain't
talk
no
about
heroism,
it.
man. This is actually just
It's
being
not
a
even
person.
an attempt.
I think
it's
it's
not even
just
an
being a
attempt at
person.
heroism.
Let me say this: have y'all seen Dark Knight? Dark Knight, Batman,
Never
Joker.
heard of him.
I'm sorry.
So there's a scene where he's talking to Two-Face right after he gets his face blown off, and he's sitting there and he's, I'm an agent of chaos. I'm not here for an agenda or whatever. I just want to see the system that try to pretend, show them that they don't have as much, right? I kind of view life in the same way. It's like life in general is a bunch of like systems that people believe are true because of previous systems.
Preset
Yeah, you know what I mean?
conditions,
And
yeah.
it's like life. I'm a firm believer that life at its true form is chaotic because it's a lot of things that we, like as human beings, we all have different beliefs. We all have different systems. We all have different ways we view things. And we have a basis to go off of, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like we are who we are. And for people to try to tell us who we're supposed to be, the truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter is like, that's based off of some shit that they believe. And somehow a bunch of people ended up, there's people who ended up agreeing with it or forced to agree with it. So over time, that just became
I
what
want
it
to
was.
say this, man. Like, I think if your life is going whatever direction you want it to go, and as long as it doesn't fucking harm anybody else, what does it have to do with anybody else?
It doesn't. I think that the hard thing is being able to differentiate what you are doing with like the things you don't have control over.
Okay, Ona, and let's go into this. Let's say this. So,
Because
like, look,
I'm not saying the hard thing for me. What I'm saying is the hard thing for
Yeah.
the general public is to be able to like allow themselves to grow without the population growing as well.
I want to say this.
That's a
it's
solid
fucking
stack.
going so good.
Yeah.
So I want to say like the whole thing of like the biggest argument is like whenever someone's like, man, we don't want a man to go trans, that a man go to female because they're gonna sneak into the restrooms and do all this fucking shit. Okay, fuck. You think that a person that was gonna try to do ridiculous shit in a restroom was just gonna go through years of operations in order to do ridiculous shit? You thought like, oh, you're right.
will
There's
play
the sign.
devil's
There's the
advocate here.
sign on the fucking restroom. I have to be a woman to go in there in order to do whatever the fuck I was gonna do.
I think I know
This
where
shit
you're headed
is
with this.
insane.
I will play devil's advocate here. You don't actually have to have any type of surgeries to actually go
Exactly.
into those restrooms. You
So
can
that's
just
what I'm
identify
saying.
as a woman and
That's
walk
what
into
I'm
those
saying.
restrooms.
But what he's saying is like the only bad part about that is the weirdos who are like, I
there
identify
is
as a
a
woman.
percentage of the population
That
who
fuck up-
will do that.
but they're the problem.
to
Well,
But
be
do you
an
know that
abuser
there's not
of
anybody
that
looking at that
line.
sign going, well, I can't go in there?
No,
that's our
There's
point.
a man
That's a
that
good
will
point.
easily go in there without even having to think
Yes.
like,
you're
Exactly.
not
so
wrong.
like, all right, so there's that. So I mean,
There's a spectrum of psychopaths.
I can understand. Like, it's just insane to me. Of like, that's what your worries are. Like, there's so many more fucked up people in the world that we need to be worrying about, man. There's not these things of like people just wanting to comfortably live their lives. There's people.
The people who are going to the surgeries are not the
because
one
look,
we need to
y'all,
worry about. No,
like
for sure.
people don't want to listen here, and people don't want to understand that, like, dude, trans has not been a thing just recently. People
No,
like to
it
just
hasn't
go
been.
like this whole new shit.
Not
it's
to say
what-
the Roman
it's what-
Empire, but
Fuck. See, we can start getting into that.
not to be
You
like
wanna start
you
talking
know.
about that? That shit is wild. So like, whenever you start talking about that, like, yo, like, people have been trans for years. There's a whole thing in the Native community as well where it was called Two-Spirited. I don't know if y'all have ever
Well,
heard
so
of that.
That was.
No.
I don't
Have
know
you ever
if
heard
that
of
was more.
Two-Spirited?
I have heard of Two-Spirit. I have read about it. I don't know if that's more so attributed to trans as more of it as attributed to like what's been scientifically termed as like a hermaphrodite, somebody that's
But that's
born
the
as like
same-
both genders.
But that's the same thing.
yes, and
Not
no.
exactly.
We had this
because, like, there
conversation
is the
too,
conversation
actually.
where like
I
a
had this
trans
conversation.
person is technically a person that was born as the wrong gender, and they know that they need to like either change
That's
their
what
gender
trans is.
surgically. But two spirit could be simply somebody who was born as a hermaphrodite who doesn't necessarily think they need to change their gender, that they're comfortable with their gender, but they were born as two genders. So that's the differentiation.
it.
Is that a trans person is someone who was biologically born as one gender and then does want to transition, whether it's actually through a surgery or not, to a different gender. There is like a little bit of a differentiation. That's why Two Spirit has its own designation in the LGBTQ
I'm glad that you guys at least
community.
know about this.
So that's at least fair to differentiate, because other.
That's good
There
enough.
we
Honestly.
go. That was pretty good. I mean, there was like a quarter of a
hiccup,
second.
but it's fine. It's fine. We're in there.
Yeah, I think definitely within the whole.
I have no idea
Trans
what we
community.
fucking stopped.
I just
on.
want to like run this out. I think with like
Y'all stopped on because y'all were talking about drag stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I mean that
right.
was a huge part of it too. That's super. A lot of other things, but you know, I think like for me, dude, I want to be, which is so. I think which is insane to a lot of people that I've talked to, which they don't expect out of me, especially. Is like, dude, I do want to run. I do want to run. I want to run some drag shit. I have friends that have supported that. I've wanted to do this for you. I think
Dude,
the
I would
point-
support that, because I think it's weird that people wouldn't be able to support that based off of realistically
so
anything.
this is what I always want.
Because if you are passionate about doing that, then like who that is able to call themselves, one, your friend, or two, your family member, or three, even your acquaintance by another friend, or even an associate of
The-
yours that isn't willing to respect something that you're
that
passionate
I have
about.
told, they have been very supportive because I don't open up a lot about it. This is the first time like I've ever opened up and like, yo,
Like publicly.
like I mean, I ain't seen y'all in a while, but like I'm telling y'all this shit for real. Like, bro, this is who I am. Like, bro, I'm a straight man. Like,
Yeah, but that's the thing is
The
that
fuck does it
doing
matter?
drag has again, that's a common misconception. Is like drag that has nothing to do with your sexuality.
yeah, like, bro,
it's an activity.
The worst way to always say, like the worst way I've ever said it to someone is like, man, I'm gonna feel like such an asshole saying this, but like, yo, I've sat here, I'm a straight man, but like I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna fuck on some like on women only, like you know what I mean,
I'm
like.
sorry.
Like,
Wait,
ask
no.
my girl how shit go down, you know? Like, woo! I'm a man that loves women. But god
Yeah.
damn it, like,
You
go
wanna
ahead
look
and sit
beautiful,
here
dude?
and put on some shit on me and, like, make me look beautiful. I'm all about that shit. If you have anything to do, if you have any reason to sit here and say, like, this ain't a man, we can take this shit outside. Like, you are insane to me. Like, fuck
think
out of here.
that-
Like, you are, no, man. I
Real
want to be
shit.
for real. Like, I do not like that whole shit of, like, if anything about you is feminine, you ain't a man. Like, fuck out of here, bro. We can run this shit up. Like, I'm a fucking man.
I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have to prove yourself, because even that person
don't.
is really asking you to step outside of what you're doing to be able to prove themselves that they're right. And realistically, the only person that's right in that situation is the person that doesn't respect the other person's opinion.
Yeah.
If you are yourself and you don't respect the other person that's criticizing you's opinion, then great. Then you're right, and you don't have to deal with anybody fucking with you, because they realistically don't matter. You're comfortable with
I
yourself.
agree, man, bro.
In the same way, if he's
You know,
delusional
it
in
took
himself,
it took me a lot of years, bro.
this isn't a promotion for being delusional, but in the same way, if he's delusional in himself to say that it doesn't matter what you say after he criticizes you, that he's
what it
right,
takes, though.
then to him he's right.
What it
and
takes,
that's
though,
how
man,
that works.
I mean, I will say this, man. A lot of people feel like there's a lot of ways where, like, you can't feel comfortable without feeling your own self. Like, for me, like, feeling my own self is like I said, man, I'm a man, dude. Like,
Hey,
trust
man.
me. Like, there ain't no way to, like, knock that shit down.
I'll come support you.
You know what I'm saying? But, like,
I'll come support you.
I want to do what I want to do. Like,
yeah, dude, let us know.
don't sit
We'll
here
be
and
there.
try to tell me that I'm less of a man because I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. If you can ask my girl, go ahead and ask my girl. Trust me, this woman doesn't look like a man. Like, there's no things that like make me seem like less of a man. Like, I am a fucking man. I sit here and I will fucking always tell you, I don't have to prove you. This ain't no pissing contest.
Exactly, but at the end of the day, that's the point, is that you don't have to prove anything, and anyone challenging you to say that you're not, or even not, one, not a man, or two, lesser of a man for any reason, is someone that's not even willing to accept the person that you are. It's someone that's not willing to look at the things that you're doing or the person that you are being for the person
I've always
that you
said
are
this,
being.
though. I think that
So why would, at the end of the day, why would you ever have to respect that person's
I think
opinion?
it's at those points that a lot of those people's opinions have to sit on their own insecurities, especially like people that
Exactly.
I know that, man, I'm going to say acquaintances because they're not fucking friends to me. Like, the way that you feel, if you want to sit here and have your fucking opinions and saying, like,
Yeah, you know who you
yeah,
are.
you fucking do. Honestly. I'm glad you said that because that was just like the hype man of what I'm thinking. You know, I mean, I think that like a lot of those situations where like you feel like, oh, I need to say this or feel this type of way of things and really feel that whatever your opinions are on those things, like you have a lot to worry about yourself, man. I mean, I think that these type of situations these things do not actually affect your character or anything like that. And the fact that you really feel like as if this does affect your character, I feel like it has a lot to do with yourself, man. I mean, for me, like I feel like nothing has to like do with my character. My character feels the way that it needs to feel, and it's always gonna feel.
Can I read this tweet because it made me think. So someone posted, "Real men," in parentheses, non-liberal, would rather have beer with Sean Strickland over Travis Kelce any day of the week. Someone quote tweeted it and said, "This guy's tweeting about which man he'd rather go on a date
Yeah,
with."
God, that's the thing, bro. I mean, have you ever heard like the shit of like people?
It's like, bro,
saying-
you're over here worried about what dude you drink a beer with. Shut the fuck.
That was
It's
the
like
whole
you're being
thing of
weird.
like, you
Shut
remember
the
whenever
fuck up.
people were definitely being so upset about Bud Light doing this trans thing?
Dude, it was hilarious.
Kid Rock, especially.
People were shooting beers.
Oh,
beer.
just
Oh,
it's like,
shut
bro,
the
you, no,
fuck
my whole thing was
up.
like, you bought the beer.
You bought the beers and
You
the
went and
bullets.
bought a whole
But can you toss
24
me a beer?
pack just to shoot it.
Yeah,
I get one beer. Isn't it?
will I
You went and
also
shot
be
a
able to
whole
get one
24
more?
pack just to prove a point of like, I hate
You
this
bought
shit.
beer. You bought
So
beer
you
and
supported
bullets
it?
just to waste money and your time.
But like, so back though, shout out, fucking. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Honestly,
What you want, daddy?
I don't care.
You know what I'm
I'll take
saying?
whatever. I'll take whatever. But but like the thing is, that shit is funny though, because it's just like, why are you worried
Wait,
about
do
that shit?
you have another?
Yeah, what do you
Whichever is, floats my boat.
I'll float your boat.
You won't float my boat. Dude, we're faking the landing once
Yeah,
again.
Josh tries to fuck me every day, but I'm like,
I
bro,
do
we're-
just definitely want to say, if we're gonna end that topic, especially
won't let
like
me
I would just
fucking
want
miss
people to
it.
know,
Facts.
like,
We're gonna
man,
end
I
on that, yeah.
support the queer community 110%. Whether you're
Same.
in the U.S. or not, like I have a lot of homies that are outside of the U.S. and like I love y'all, man. Kiana especially, like that's the homegirl that comes down and she races this shit out here and she kicks ass. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Think trans women shouldn't be able to compete. A man talking about that, shut the fuck up, because it has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
'cause
you.
he'll fuck
Or
you.
as a woman, step your game up. Like, yo, this shit.
Might not be.
Yo, like Kiana kicks ass, man. Like, yo, like homegirl is insane. She's come out here and she's been awesome. Like, I really don't like that anybody ever puts anybody's name down just because they do what they want to do in their own life. Like, it's your own fucking life, man. That shit
Amen,
really does
brother.
not upset anything else. If you really have like especially like, you know, competition wise, I think like for racing bikes, I think that it's insane for you to like be like, oh man, I'm very upset about this. Like, yo, this is insane to me, man. Just step your fucking game up. And it's just wild, bro. I just wish like, what the fuck does your life have to really depend on for somebody wanting to live their life comfortably? That's like really the end point. Like for me, you know, like we all want to live
I
our
think
life comfortably, right?
You're right, but I think the problem is that people have to break down the barriers of which they've been bred upon.
The reality.
I mean,
They have
I
to step outside
agree,
their own
dude,
reality.
like
People have to stop acting like an old dog can't be taught new tricks.
oh, and I hate that shit. I hate whenever
and-
people say that.
It's like, yes, maybe you can, maybe you give up on trying to teach your parents on what's acceptable. Maybe you can try to teach yourself on what's acceptable. Maybe you could try to teach yourself on what you should be able to see a person as, and what you should be able to give the person that is across from you the freedoms that you wish you had.
Yeah.
And like in a lot of ways, people aren't willing to do that. In a lot of ways, people aren't willing to see other people for the same thing that they
And
wish they could see
speaking on that,
themselves
it also
as.
goes on to that level of like a lot of people don't feel like as if they can freely live their own lives. So I think whenever you fucking see somebody being like, "Hey man, I was born a way that I don't feel comfortable and I want to do what I want to do," which like I can't specifically speak for these people. But
Right,
what the
which
way
you
that I
shouldn't have
feel
to.
is like, yo, they were born a certain way and it wasn't the way that they think
Yeah,
was
we're all
right.
human. We should be able to make the decision we want to make. Why does it fucking affect you? We should all be able to like.
There we go.
It's weird because like anything else in life, right? We're all capable of making decisions that we feel like are best for us. If they feel like that's best for them, then why is that
Who-
any different
who
from
am
what
I
you
to
feel like is best
say?
for you?
Who am I to fucking say?
Exactly.
Like, who are you?
So it's like-
who are you? Who am I? Who is anybody else? What the fuck does it matter for your life, bro?
We all do what we feel like is best for us. So why is that any
Because
different?
that's like sitting here being like, "Oh, I don't drink alcohol. No one else should.
Well,
I don't
I don't know
smoke
if
weed.
that's
I don't smoke
exactly what it's
weed.
like.
I don't think anybody else should smoke weed."
I think what it's more
It's
like,
pretty simple.
No,
I
it's
think
really
what
the
it-
same thing, man. It's really
It
the
really
same
is.
thing of like,
Kind of.
I don't subscribe to that and I don't believe in that. I don't think anybody else should.
right. What I was gonna bring it more towards was like more of a religion, where like in certain religions you're taught
Bring that shit up too.
That's what I was.
So
more
look,
saying,
I don't
is that
believe
you're
in
not wrong, but I
Christianity.
think it's more closer
Yeah.
to like theoretically saying like
Like, bruh.
there's certain religions that believe in if
But that
there
still
are
goes
people-
back to that, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying is that it's more closely to the idea of certain religions where like if you don't believe in this, then you go to hell. And it's like, well, wait, that seems like a fucking like barrier in this. Like, why would you make like it that big of a fucking this or that type of shit? It's
Yeah,
like
I think it's just. I mean, for me,
you know what I mean? Like in Christianity, it's taught that like other people that believe in other things are not going to make it into heaven. So it very incontextually says that if you
Yo,
don't
you
believe
know-
in this,
You
you're
know
going
what's
to
crazy?
hell.
You know what's crazy? You saying that shit, man, bro. Like, look, I don't know if y'all saw. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl?
Mhm.
Oh my God! Did y'all see that?
The
religious
witchcraft?
ads.
Whoa! What the fuck? Y'all said some.
I was saying the religious ads.
You
not
saw the religious ad, the one where it was
Yeah,
talking.
I don't know about the witchcraft. I don't know what the
I
fuck
said
he was
the
Yeah,
saying.
you
witchcraft.
crazy. Anyway,
I don't know. what
I
the-
might be.
I don't know.
that shit wild. Anyway,
Yeah,
no, dude, bro. So look, there was an ad. I
Fuck the
caught the
religious
ass
ad.
end of it. I'm gonna be honest, but like it was
Got
one.
the ass in too. Ice
Bruh.
Spice was.
Got the ass in. Hey, you know what's funny? Just side note. There was somebody that posted a picture where it was like Ice Spice, Lana Del Rey, and Taylor Swift, and whoever
Yeah.
else was hanging over there, and they said Nightmare Blunt Rotation. Yo, that was the best shit I heard. So, but anyway, so look,
Legitimate though, like that would be
The
the
worst.
worst shit.
the worst.
Fuck, dude, I'll never get that blunt back.
have the worst time of my
That
life.
blunt's sailing on a cruise and it's never coming back around.
The religious ad
Yes.
on
So
Super
okay.
Bowl.
So did you see the one where it had said
Are you talking about the
Excuse me.
Jewish one, or are you talking about
it was the
other
one where it was like Jesus didn't say anything about hate. He washed
Yeah.
feet. So
Yeah.
look, man, fuck off. I don't like.
You know
I
what's
don't
funny
that
though?
you're
It's like,
laughing.
why would you spend that
Why
much
the
money
fuck
on an
are you
advert?
having it?
Who spends that much money on an advertisement about Jesus?
No, but it was but honestly, bro, it was really good. Like, I'm gonna be for real. Like, it was.
How much did they spend on this goddamn commercial?
Look that up.
600 goddamn
Look
thousand
that
Like,
up.
hey,
We're
we could
going
have
up.
fed some homeless people, but we spent it on a Super
Yeah.
Bowl commercial.
Believe in my Jesus.
Well, okay, but I'm gonna. Hold on, I need to bring something else up after that.
No, go ahead,
So,
bring it up,
but,
bring it
but
up.
first, that ad was really good because it was like Jesus didn't hate, he washed feet, which yeah, that motherfucker did, bro. He didn't like there's so many
Did he
things of
though?
like within the Bible of like where God really cared about like even hate the word.
Prostitutes?
Yeah, that was a better word
Yeah.
than what I was gonna say. But yes, he cared about a lot of those things and cared about
Yeah.
that. So
Continue, I'm listening. I think this man's past it. I think he's had too many of the Tower of Beers. Go ahead.
yeah, that should not be between people.
What are you laughing about?
For the second year in a row, a religious Super Bowl ad campaign promised viewers that Jesus, quote unquote, gets us.
It's definitely the one we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
But did he not? Like, I mean, that made once I saw
He
it,
did wash feet. I mean, Jesus was supposed to be like a working human.
The
He was the
image
son of a
provi-
carpenter. The whole point is he's the son of a carpenter, right?
The image provided
No,
by He Gets
Jesus,
Us
no,
LLC.
he wasn't the son of a carpenter. He was a carpenter.
He's carpented too. But he was okay, yeah. But
shows a scene from
all right, wait, let him
foot
finish. Let
washing.
him finish. I want to hear him. All right, what were you saying though? What were you saying based on the commercial?
He threw me so far off.
I'm so sorry. They threw me off. This was the devil.
Okay, you were talking
The
about the
devil.
commercial about Jesus washes the feet. He doesn't
Well, I mean,
We
that's
can
like
watch
a
it together
huge
if you'd
part,
like.
man. There's a lot of people. I mean, there's even things in the Bible of where Jesus, man, he looked out for a lot of dude. He looked out for, and like a lot of these things.
that's what
Like, I mean, he really ran up for a lot of people of like trying to straighten them. Like, hate that word of like trying to straighten them out, but like that's what it was.
he who was actually put in the
Yeah,
work.
like he was actually
Yeah.
not here going like, you're doing what you're doing, that's fucked up, bye. And so that's what a lot of like the reason why I don't subscribe to religions in a sense is because like a lot of people nowadays will just sit here and go, you're doing that, I don't give a fuck, bye.
Which is funny, because if you did look at Jesus, he was going around and being like even like, because the whole thing was like, one of the biggest things, Mary, not his mom, but the prostitute. What was her name?
Mary.
Mary Magdalene. Yeah, Mary Magdalene. And like she was a prostitute, and the whole thing was like he was there like constantly. People think he was having sex, but that's like a thing.
Was he?
I'm not laughing at that. I'm sorry.
Was
But
the
maybe-
J
Laughing at
man
the-
laying down the D,
But-
dude?
But people think like he was there, like he was trying to like help her and like get it like a better life, and like constantly he was trying to like be there for people. What are you laughing at?
This commercial, bro.
Is it the
At the
Jesus
end of it-
one that I'm talking about?
Bro, at the end of it, it's
It's wild. It made me laugh too.
Jesus didn't teach
Yes.
hate.
We'll be okay. Fuck off.
He washed feet.
So look, I'm gonna be honest. Look, that had a lot of fucking heavy weight
I didn't
to
get.
it.
I'm not. Mind you, I'm not getting any audio.
Yo,
I'm just
not gonna lie.
watching
No,
a
I'm not gonna
bunch
lie.
of different
Not even
scenes
gonna
of
lie.
people getting their feet washed. I'll show it to
I'm
you.
not gonna lie.
It's only
I
a
laughed
minute
at the
long.
end.
All right, we gotta wrap this up pretty soon, but let's do this real quick.
I'm not gonna lie. I laughed at the end.
Is this AI?
That's AI as fuck.
It might be AI art.
That's AI as
art.
fuck.
That's the most AI shit. I've
That's
ever
not
seen
the
in my entire-
commercial.
Wait for why I was laughing. And honestly, I don't care if you aren't laughing at this. I am comfortable
trying to find the one-
sitting in my own
You know
sorrow,
what? Though I
knowing
did
that this
see-
shit was
I
fucking
did
hilarious.
see this. No, there was the one of like
Okay,
there's
what the
two
fuck are we
guys
doing?
sitting
Alright,
on a
hurry up, skip
Nah,
forward.
there's two guys.
No, wait, it's almost over, dude. It's literally a minute long.
There's two guys sitting on a porch, and that's the one that I Oh fuck!
one?
This is the commercial. Shit, this is real.
I'm telling you,
They
this is
used
the one.
AI art. fuck, this commercial's even worse.
Yeah.
So they
Jesus didn't teach hate.
Fuck, this is Dan.
He washed fucking feet, dog.
used AI for that
Danny,
though. That's fucked
He gets
up.
us. He gets
Danny,
all of us.
that was a real commercial, actually.
I'm
Dan.
sorry,
Jeez.
they used AR.
fucked
That's
that up.
fucked up.
They fucked us.
Jeez.
They fucked us both up. We're both on the same side.
They could. Like
That
the
was
thing is,
fucked
they
up.
could have paid.
I'm on the
extra
side
hours.
of comedy.
Okay, we both are.
But I get, I get
gotta
the
shake
Jesus
hands.
fact.
I am with
I
that
get
as
the
well.
fact that Jesus though. Jesus did work. Like the whole point of Jesus was like he was like the foot soldier. You know what I mean? He was there for people and shit
He
like
literally was the foot soldier. He washed the feet.
I hate you. that. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. Honestly, this has been a great episode. It's been a fucking good time. We're glad to have
This might be
Miguel
our
on,
longest
aka
episode.
Cricket. This is our longest episode
God,
we've
this
ever
was
done.
awesome.
But we probably
This
scratch
was
off.
awesome.
It's about a 3-hour episode.
God
but with
damn.
some-
Once we
some-
make the cuts, there's probably
It's
about
gonna
like,
be around a
3
3
hours.
hour
It would be probably a little under, but like around
So
that.
probably close to the longest episode. It was a good episode. We talked about all the good stuff. I loved it. We had a great time. Thank you for coming on. Is
Dude,
there
no,
anything?
I mean, I really just want to say thank you guys. I mean, it's been a while since we've hung out, and I mean, this was awesome. Like, whenever, I'll say this is the way that it happened was you posted about, like, who should we have on next, and I just honestly liked it, and I was, honestly, like, I liked it because I was going to help y'all find other people, and then you reached out to me. And that was
You know what's
insane.
crazy about that is that like Daniel posted that, and after he posted that, he told me, he was like, I don't really know if I'm gonna get any feedback from this, or I don't know if like anybody is actually gonna be serious about like the inquiries
Also,
that
most
they
of the people
make.
that replied, I didn't. I was like,
Dude,
And he,
yeah.
and then after talking to me about it, he was like, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna hit everybody back up. I'm gonna see if there's somebody that's actually
Dude.
willing to come on.
I
or
didn't
if-
hit everyone back. up. You're the only one I hit up. The people who replied to that,
Thanks for letting
I didn't.
me know that.
No.
No, the people who replied to that, I did. No, I'm sorry if you're.
I was
listening.
adding
I'm sorry if you're
context.
listening. I didn't
guys
hit
are
any of you
okay.
back up. I did hit him.
No. I was
yeah.
adding context because what I was saying is that like, at first, I think he was seeing it as like, I don't think people are taking it this seriously.
Yes.
And then once he realized people may be taking it seriously, it was very like clear that we needed to get you.
I'll be
on.
honest.
But he didn't hit. He didn't reply.
Yeah, no, I
Just
never
liked
even.
it.
I didn't put anything.
Right,
out.
that's what he was saying.
So,
That's why you
which,
replied to
like,
him.
it has.
Yeah.
Or
you know,
just
messaged
not
him.
even replied to him, but
Yeah, the
messaged
people who
him.
replied, I was like,
I liked it, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna hit up some of my homies and be like, dude, they would be awesome to have on that. And then, dog, you hit me up like, fuck, so quickly.
That's what
Like
I'm saying,
that was
dude.
awesome. Like whenever you hit me up about that, I was honestly like, I can't exactly remember what I was doing, but
Excuse
I
me.
definitely remember having that feeling, dude. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, yeah, 'cause like in my mind, I was like, man, I want somebody else. I want other people. Shit. Fuck, but
Nah,
here
but
I
dude,
come.
honestly,
you know what I mean? And
This is what we want because like it's fun to not just like reminisce and like catch up
dude,
with
and it's
old
been
homies, but also
such a
talk
long
about
time,
like
dude. Like, I hope that everybody knows. Yo, I haven't seen fucking motherfuckers right
losers.
here. I was gonna say a worse word. I haven't seen these bastards in a while.
Yeah.
Man. Like, it's been a
It
minute.
applies to
and
both
I'm very
of us.
glad to like be able to catch up with you guys. Like, I'm very glad. Like, thank you guys. Like, I mean, more
No,
than
dude,
I could
honestly,
even,
thank-
say.
I honestly I appreciate the gratitude. I would give more gratitude with you, along with you too, Daniel, for setting this up. But theoretically, like this has been what we've kind of aimed for as far as like what we would want out of
Dude,
like
we
a
talked
guest
about a lot.
podcast. It's not to shit on other guests that we've had on or to set an example for any guests we may have
No,
on.
but you guys all
But like
suck.
this shit but this shit has just been so much fun. Like I've had such a, like honestly, like I worked all day today and I have to work all day tomorrow, but I'm gonna have so much fun working all day tomorrow knowing how much fun I had tonight. And that's like it's weird, bro, because like we've talked about earlier,
Yeah.
like, bro, we've been doing this for 5 years now. It's weird to think that we can just like still have like this much fun doing this shit. It's not like we have changed that much. We're still just ourselves doing kind of the same thing we've always been doing. Maybe the set has changed or maybe the guest has changed, but realistically it's like this shit is fun as fuck.
No, I'm
I'm appreciative to be able to be a part of it. I'm appreciative that you're able to be here. I'm appreciative that
I couldn't
Daniel's
be
able
happier to be
here.
able to sit here and talk with these fucking dudes. Like, you guys are great.
It's a beautiful night, and it's a
I
wonderful
kind of got
life.
fucked up off of some good.
I got my voice fucked up.
Craft beer. Some good craft beer.
Shout out to the bad astronauts.
Off the craft beer, yeah. Bad astronauts.
Truly as well.
Yeah,
No,
bad astronauts.
no, seriously, I just want to end all this with saying, like, you know, thank you, like, for bringing me on, letting me just talk my shit, basically, and, like, have everything I would ever have to say. You guys are great. Like, thank you. This was awesome.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I mean, it's
was a
been a
great time.
while, and I'm really glad, you know, that, like, this was the most proper way for us to not talk for, I mean, it really has been years. Like,
It's been a
we've
while.
been in very small contact of, like, hey, you know, whatever.
But it's like accumulation of like all of
Yeah,
that. you
this was
know,
the
like,
time
it's-
for us to really, like, sit down without just fucking. Yeah, I feel like with a lot of life, it does suck, and you run into people, and it's always that great. But I feel like this was the time of, like, it's been years, dude. We got to sit down. We have microphones in our face, but whatever, dude. I didn't even feel like as if this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's beautiful about
I
it.
feel
is
like I
that,
got
it
to sit
kinda
down
just-
with fucking homies.
After a while, like kind of like midway through the conversation,
had a
the
lot of fun.
microphone kind of
This
the
is a lot of
microphone
fun.
kind of disappears, and you're just like in
I
it.
want to do this again, Red, dude. Even if
We
it's
can
not
definitely do it
microphones in our
again.
face, I want to fucking. I miss you guys.
No,
Dude,
we're
hit
gonna
us
hit.
up.
We're hitting
Is
the
that gay?
brewery.
Are we
Let
gonna
us
get canceled for being this gay?
Let us know.
Gay.
Let us know about events at
Nah,
the
you-
brewery, so we can try to set something
You have
up.
to kiss us, and then we'll fuck you,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
maybe
no,
we'll
we'll
see.
kiss.
Yeah,
Are
he
we
said,
gonna
"Come
kiss?
here."
Oh, we can.
We can kiss.
It's Valentine's Day
Dude,
soon.
Valentine's. Oh my god. Well, three-way kiss. Are we gonna three-way kiss?
We can three-way kiss. Do you guys want to see
Can we
that?
three-way kiss?
Nah, look, I have a girlfriend. No.
I do
She
too.
doesn't approve.
She doesn't
I don't
care.
have
She
a
already
girlfriend.
thought that I was gonna leave her for a man.
I'm a
So
single
as long
whore.
I'll kiss somebody.
Let's go. I fuck with it. But no, we're gonna get him back on. But also, second, we're gonna hit the brewery for sure soon.
We
'Cause
need to do
not
that.
with you working though. With you
We
off.
need to like go with you when you're not
Yeah.
working, and then we need to set up like an event there, either whether it's a live podcast or some type
For
of.
sure.
Oh,
like-
we're gonna do both. We're gonna do both of those things for sure. But first and foremost, just chilling.
God,
vibes.
dude, we went for a while, man. This was awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
this
I'm
was
so
awesome.
glad.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a great episode. Shout out to the homie Miguel, aka Cricket. This is a real homie. Great time. Great
Can I pull
episode.
my
Lo-
butthole
fucking-
out?
You can
Yeah.
do it right now. Do it for the camera.
Dude, this. Oh wait, in the episode, this dude this dude showed us nutsack in high
Uh-oh.
school and posted his profile pic. I know it's the end of the episode, but fuck it. Hey, let's go. Ciao, let's go. Fine and dandy, pussies. Later. Good night. Next week. I don't know if you remember that. No, you definitely remember.